What's up, nerds? Welcome back. It's literally Monday. I'm gonna record this and then post it. So, hi guys, have a tremendous Monday. I just got back from. I went and saw a play last night. Fiddler on the Roof. I'm a play guy now. It was a jolly good time. But anyway, I recorded with Connor Keating over the weekend, and I'm happy to share that with you. Yeah, Connor lived the BMX dream that a lot of us would like to have lived. So getting to talk about that was a treat. And I didn't know how many fucking signature parts he's got with Stranger. It's actually insane. But we pull back the curtain on what it's like to be a sponsored fucking pro rider. So Connor, thank you for doing the show. And yeah, it was nice to talk to him. I had literally never talked to him. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel, share the show with a friend, and if you're listening on audio, please leave a 5-star review. That's it. Here's Connor Keating.
Kanode Knows.
Shit's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. Your camera's following you. It's wild. All right. Cheers, Connor. Let's go. Welcome to the podcast.
Baby. Cheers. Where's my camera? Oh, right there. Ping. Cheers, baby.
Yeah, if you guys are watching, you can see this. That's so wild how much it follows you. It's like it's like you have a filmer for this podcast.
Right? Just sitting in front of me with his little camera.
What's up, man? How's your weekend? What's going on with you?
Dude, weekend's been great. Just really went out with some friends yesterday. We went to a cruise. There's like a car cruise that's downriver. I don't know if you know, I'm like super into cars. It's like my second hobby.
That's sick.
Besides BMX. So yeah, we just honestly just did like a cool just hang out yesterday, have some drinks. Today I'm probably gonna go back out there after this pod too and link up with some boys, drink some beers and look at some cars do redneck shit.
What came first, BMX or cars?
Honestly BMX. But cars were always in my life because of my dad. So like my dad has I can actually show you like car there. My dad's a super big Mustang guy, so like when I was a kid, that's all was around those cars. So like it was always there, but obviously a BMX bike was way, I was a little kid.
Right.
Give him this, which I was actually a skateboarder way, way before I was into BMX. And it all changed. My dad bought me a Haro one day. And I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to go to the skate park. I didn't have a ride. I was like, oh, I have a bike. I'll just ride up there. It was only like a mile and a half. Yeah. I went there and I skated for a few hours and jumped on the BMX bike. And I was like, this is the last time I'll ever touch my skateboard. That's how it happened too. It was so crazy. Dude. I'm like, what? Yeah, I literally jumped a box jump, and that feeling of like floating over the box jump, I was like, that's it. I'm done throwing myself down stair sets and not landing tricks. I'm like, nah, this is so much more fun.
Fuck yeah. I feel like that's hard to argue with. The feeling of getting weightless on the bike is probably one of the best feelings.
That's literally what got me into it. Like that feeling is what got me into it.
Yeah.
I love that.
And it makes sense that BMX would come. As soon as I asked it, I was like, no shit, BMX is first. You can't drive until you're 16.
But I was that little kid with all my Hot Wheels anywhere I went. Like, anywhere I went, I had a Hot Wheel in my pocket.
I like my cars. My cars go boom.
Dude, my cars go fast. Always, dude. Always.
That's great. I guess, yeah, since we're in the early days, I want to hear the origin story for Connor Keating. I was just watching. I saw this video on YouTube with, I think it's Paper Planes, and it's you riding a prefab skate park and literally only spinning opposite, it looked like.
Oh,
and I was like, I got a theory, dude. I think that you're lying to us all, and your opposites are actually your regulars, because you're so young, and the only way you spun was opposite. I was like,
that's true. I mean, You caught me. You got me.
He's been lying to us.
So when I first started riding, that park that you see is Tyler Fernangel's local park. It's sick. In Wyandotte, Michigan. That's literally where like I met him. I met Mikey Tyra was when we used to go to Wyandotte all the time. But yeah, I learned how to spin to the right and I'm right foot forward. And
I knew it, dude. Let's go.
Yep. So then one day, I think it was actually I don't know, Justin Bayless?
Yeah. Fuck yeah, I know Justin Bayless.
Bayless. I love that dude.
My buddy.
He actually, I remember one day he was just like, just try going the other way. Because, like, as a kid, you don't know. You just do what feels comfortable, right? And he wasn't like an astronaut. He was like, just go this way. Go this way. It's the way you're supposed to go. And, like, I started doing it that way. And I got my switch threes, technically, way better than my normal threes, which, it confuses people because it's like they see me do a regular and a switch, like, Okay, which one is your actual regular?
Yeah, for real.
Like, it's my Switch one. My Switch 3 is my regular Switch. And same with my tail whips. My tail whips, I
What?
kicked the wrong way too. Yeah, my
Nice.
regular tail whip is a Switch whip.
Good for you. That's.
Yeah.
I feel like that's low key an advantage because you learn it and you're so young, so like you're constantly just learning shit anyway. So it's not a thing, and you just accidentally learn
that's what's
really
like
good
crazy
oppo
too.
whips.
People are telling me like, because my doing like a down whip, it's like, oh dude, you should do it like the normal way because it'd be so easy. And I tried one and it was like it came around too fast. I'm like, I'm so used to having to kick the absolute shit out of my seat post for my bike to come around. But I rarely do whips because them things hurt, man.
Yeah, that seems like a trick just from being around people who can whip. They don't want to. Like that they're like, all right, I'll film it for this line, but it hurts.
Yes,
like
so
it's not
many
a fun trick
people
to do.
that I've been around have been like, yo, I can do whips, but I just don't want to.
And gotta do it for the ladies, and that's about it. Dude.
It was like one of those tricks I just wanted to make sure I had in like my book to be able to, but
when you were a kid, did you have the vision of like, I want to learn all this shit? And like, did you have a goal? Because I remember it being like, it's weird to think back to being a kid, but I was like, I want to get sponsored. It's so cool.
Yeah,
like,
no, I mean,
what was your goal?
I didn't have like a crazy goal behind it. So like with how there's like kids that know like everything about BMX history and all this. I was thrown into this with like, so what was the first video that I saw? It was the animal All I Can Eat. That was my very first video that I saw.
All I Can Eat is hilarious.
Dude. And it's
Can I eat? Can I eat?
Can I eat? Did I literally just butcher that too? Wow. That just shows you like I don't know.
They should
like,
come out with a video, All I Can Eat. It's so good.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious. But yeah, I don't like all my history and stuff with videos and names and stuff. I was like bad like that. So like when I was watching a BMX video, I didn't know who it was. I didn't know anything, and all my other friends would be like, "Oh, that's so and so." Like, I'm like, how do you know this? So, like back when I started, I didn't know that there was like an actual professional like thing. I just thought it was cool to do tricks on your bikes.
Right. Yeah.
And then once I started to like the early days when I first started to be watching videos was like Tony Maloof and like Chris Kyle, when the Gully Factory.
Yeah.
Dude, the Gully Factory, I used to watch that all the time. I had no idea who these dudes were. It was just like, oh, these guys are doing rad shit. I like it. And it was just like, eventually, once I found out you could get sponsored and get free bikes and get that, I was like, oh, this would actually be cool. But I also did not know I had like any talent at the time either.
Yeah.
I'm just like, just some dude just riding.
Right.
Really, that's all it really was. Just I'm riding, I'm having fun with the homies.
Mm-hmm.
That was it.
What was the early days of having fun with the homies? Were you filming? Was it like how soon? Because for me, it was like pretty much immediately. As soon as I started riding BMX, the art of making the video also came along with it. Like it's me and Cleon when we first started just filming each other with our mom's cameras. So it was like only learning shit for clips, which is interesting. How was it for you?
For us, it was more of like just like we'd go to school, right? After school, there was like anywhere from 7 to like 15 kids that would all meet up at the park and just we'd go ride spots. So we weren't even bringing cameras. We would have a camera, but like this is also, it's not when we didn't have cameras, but like the only cameras that we would really carry around with us were those little flip. You remember the little flip, just push button cameras? We would have one of those around. And like we made videos, but it wasn't anything like serious. It was just like, oh, well, we'll go do this, we'll do this. But really it was just like, just hanging out as like lifestyle. Really, it's like we had the BMX bikes, but we weren't pushing to be professionals. It was just our everyday life, just hanging out, riding bikes, terrorizing the whole neighborhood.
Yeah,
that's basically what it was.
And just I remember the feeling of like seeing yourself doing a trick. It's like that is so fucking cool, dude.
And the most simple trick too.
Let's pause right now and figure out your audio because it keeps coming in and out. Like the iPad is like touching. Maybe the microphone is like. I don't know how you have it set up.
Let me see if I can set it up.
That sounds better. But it would go in and out sounding like you're in a hallway. Yeah.
I bet you it's because I had it leaned up against the computer. Or the speaker is... Let's see if this does anything.
Do you have AirPods?
I don't. I just lost them at work.
Yeah. I think this sounds better.
Does this sound better?
It's not obstructed.
Yeah, if this sounds better, that's cool.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I was like, I don't want to say anything, but also if we're gonna talk for an hour,
anything, literally say anything. If it starts fucking up, let me know. Let me know. So I know how to do this, bro.
But yeah, so being filmed doing simple tricks and then being like, oh my God. And then it's so exciting. Like
Yeah.
there's just flat ground tricks. I was like, I could do a bunny hop I was hopping this high off the ground doing a bunny hop 360, but that's fucking 360, dog.
Right. Dude, that I remember the first time I got stoked on a clip, and it was the dumbest thing. It was at my high school. They were doing construction. It was just like this little cinder block that was like, so they're building tennis courts. So think of like a layer of a tennis court, and that's one up above it. But there was a long ledge. We weren't even grinding the ledge yet. I just took a piece of plywood, put it up on there, rolled up, and then rolled fakie. And it was my first fakie I ever did. Now I'm like, yo, that is the coolest shit
It's
ever.
so fucking cool.
Shit. I was geeking over it. I think I still have the clip somewhere on my old phone because, dude, it's like filmed with a potato, and it's bad. But I remember seeing that. I'm like, yo, this is actually the coolest thing ever.
It is, dude. It's reminding me right now of like how jaded you get when you just see something all the time and you're like, fakie, no big deal. But like,
Right.
as a kid, the first fakie down my driveway, I remember like, holy fuck,
Dude.
I'm riding my bike backwards. That's so cool, dude.
Like
It's
my
crazy.
first bar spin. Like that was a big one too. First bar spin.
I bet.
Like the most simple things, man. It's just like
It's the little things.
hits the core.
Yeah. And then, I don't know, the level of it is so far advanced. Like, have you been watching the X Games Ventura? And, like, I watched the Olympic qualifiers the other day, or yesterday, or whatever. But I was just like, Jesus Christ. Like, the sport has gone fucking astronomical. The tricks that are, like, baseline would have won a contest in 2000, you know? It's pretty
Thank
wild.
you for saying that, bro, because it's literally taken off. It's insane. Especially the age limit, too. Or not the age limit, I should say. But, like, the kids that are, like, so when I was 15, like I was doing like some bar spins, like here and there, nothing too crazy. There's 15-year-olds out there doing 3 double whips and all this crazy. I'm like, oh, this is insane. Where are these young kids coming from?
For real.
Like, like
it's because they get to see it on the internet.
Yeah, one that really stood out to me was Lewis Mills. When he popped up on the scene, it was like, where'd this guy come from? OG, I love that guy.
He's incredible, and like you obviously know him, but just fucking a sweet dude.
Oh yeah. Well, one of the best dudes I've ever been around.
I've said it before, but I don't know what it is, but when somebody's good and you don't know them, you're like thinking, they might be an asshole, or they're probably an asshole or something.
Dude,
you can't be that good and be a sweetheart at the same time.
Yeah, anytime I've ever run across paths with Mills, it's always been nothing but great and positive.
Love. Yeah,
always love that dude.
I don't even know how him and I became internet friends or whatever, but the first time that we met in person, like he gave me a fucking kiss on the cheek. It was like, fucking Lou, dog. I love it. You're big, and he's way fucking taller than I thought too. I was like,
he's a big boy,
big dog. Yeah, let's go.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
You seen him in X Games Ventura with those fucking Terminator glasses he's got going on, dude?
I just saw some lines and shit. I love, dude, those glasses too.
Yeah.
I've got a pair just like him too.
Pure swag, dude.
Yeah, he is, man. Shouts out to them for getting podium too.
For real. What was the podium? It was Kevin Peraza.
I think it was Kevin Peraza,
Jordan
Godwin, and Mills. Yeah.
Fucking A. Good.
That's a heavy podium right there too.
We're entering a new era of Kevin Peraza winning all the X Games street events, you know?
That guy's on another level too.
Yeah. I remember, I don't know who it was, but I remember hearing something salty about it. Like he's riding park in the street event. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's riding the course. He's riding.
Yeah.
It's because he's like too good. So it feels like, Kevin, why don't you go play with the park guys?
Right.
You're too good for this shit.
It's like Dennis too. Yep. Dennis is a park street rider too. I'm like Tyler Fernangle. He can do both too. He can ride street and park. I love both aspects. If you can do both and you can destroy at both, all power to you. Because I can't. That's one thing I can't. I'll go tear up some streets, but I like to stay closer to the ground because, man, that park is no joke.
For real though. It's like it feels like a totally different sport that I never even like put. I can't air out a quarter higher than that, you know. Like, but watching them just go is so fucking sick to watch. Like, I think I'm most excited to watch Josh Dove ride the park contest. This episode is brought to you by Unity Ride Shop. Unity Ride Shop is Phoenix's best BMX store. It's off 43rd Avenue in Bethany Home. It's rider owned. They put on local events. They sponsor a bunch of riders locally. And they're doing the type of stuff that a BMX scene needs. They're filling a lot of holes that we didn't know we had in Phoenix. So it's pretty dope. They just had a jam in Chandler not too long ago. Helped me out with putting my bike together. And it's a fun time hanging out in that shop. I filmed some there, so I'll put some B-roll shots over this. But yeah, I like Unity Ride Shop, and you should too. So next time you're in need of some BMX stuff and you're in Phoenix, go to Unity Ride Shop, 43rd Avenue in Bethany Home. Back to the show. I love Burn Slow, and you will too once you go to burnslow.co and buy some stuff. They've been supporting the show for a while now, and I'm super grateful. And I legit wear Burn Slow shirts 5 days a week. Burn Slow is a rider-owned media and clothing company. They support some of the dopest riders in the game, specifically Casey Starling. He's amazing. Fuck, dude, what do you say about Burn Slow that I haven't said? You know what I'm saying? Get this shirt. It's fucking sick. Get the fruit shirt. I love the fruit shirt. I just learned from Brett Silva that they partnered up with a local nonprofit to give food away and made that fruit shirt. I didn't know why the fruit shirt was made, but it's so dope. So I wore that for weeks without knowing what it was, the story behind it, and there's an amazing story behind it. So I don't know. Burn Slow is dope, and you should go to burnslow.co and support them since they support this show. Okay, goodbye. What do you have to say, Trip? You like Burn Slow? Yeah, Dad, I fucking love it. That's cool. All right, have a good day, guys. Have a good day. What the fuck? This episode is brought to you by Dance Comp. Dance Comp is the world's largest BMX mail order, and you should order your stuff there. I was checking it out, looking at this Colt chain. It's a pretty nice chain for half the price of some other chains. No shade. I wonder what the difference is. $60, $30. I digress. Dance Comp is where you should buy your next parts that you need, and you should use promo code Kanode to get 15% off. Thank you, Dance Comp. Look at this shirt, dude. Get the hell out of here. All right, back to the show.
I was literally going to say, I think that he was the one when they're, they battle like the Hastings stuff when they did the high air contest. Mm-hmm. I think he was there too.
Yeah.
Blasting that thing.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Like, what? If they have a high air contest for X Games, I want to watch that.
They should. That makes sense. They should. I don't think they do, but
they should do that. With a cowbell? Man.
Yeah, with the cowbell.
He's so sick. Someone's got to hit the cowbell. Dude, he's so sick.
I feel like I'm turning a corner because like the previous years of me, I didn't give a shit. I'm not watching Park. I'm not watching Dirt, but I like it. I feel like I appreciate it so much more in watching it this year. Like I just watched Dirt jump qualifications, I think, and I'm rooting on these dudes I've never really seen before, like Gustavo from Brazil and R. Willie, obviously you know who he is, but he sent it. So his line, like, just fucking casually, he starts it off with a double front flip over the first jump, and then like something over the second one, another one, and he like over rotated a double backflip on his last jump, and then he's fucking screaming, and I'm watching the YouTube video like, let's go, Willie! He came out and stomped it next round, but it's just it feels like a totally different sport, and I'm here for it now.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite unrelatable park rider or dirt rider that you like?
Ooh. I'm a park rider. I'm like kind of not old school, but like always when I was like super into park, I was into like the Harry Main videos. Like
Harry Main's shit, dude.
Because like I love park, don't get me wrong. There's dudes that like just make it look good. But I'm like, I like the crazy aspect of it. Like the one clip that stands out to me with like the Harry Main one was like the barrel roll Fufanu or Bubaka. Yeah. Barrel roll Bubaka. Like stuff like that is like absolutely insane. And he was one of my number one like favorite park riders when I was younger. But God, there's so many riders though, and I know later I'm gonna think of someone like I should have said that, damn it. I should have.
Harry Main. Who's the other one? Mark Webb. Crazy Tech UK
Dude,
guys.
Webby.
The
Webby show.
So good.
He was insane too. Yes, but I feel like that era of park riding was like one of my favorites because of all the crazy shit that was going on.
Yeah, for real though.
Man, and then dirt, man, can't go wrong with a little bit of Doyle. Doyle on dirt, man. Yep. Doyle on dirt. Good. Obviously, Aitken. That's just legend.
Yeah, his SLC Detour winning run, man, just fucking swagging on him. I don't know if they would give that same amount of love to it nowadays. Like, if you saw, I don't know who the modern day Aiken would be, but just like a super steezy rider hitting those 4 dirt jumps for the contest and just scoring like a 65. Like he
Oh, I
didn't do
know,
any
right?
tricks, but it just looks so fucking beautiful.
So good. Like, bro, I can literally see an Aiken 360 look back. Just
Yeah. So that's
click
art,
as
dude.
hell. Art. The whole body is just contorted. You're like, what the hell? I'd rather see that than a backflip or
Yeah,
front
me
flip.
too.
I
100%.
love that stuff. Turn downs, tuck no handers, all that. And the
Classics.
combos too. Any combos. Like Aiken had those combos, like turn down, like you're just
One
doing all
foot,
this.
yeah,
Like
it was 360 1 foot tapes to late look back.
to
It's just
late
like,
look
what,
back.
dude? So good. Yeah.
How? Like insane.
And that's, I guess the thing is, like, the sports progressed too far, because like even I was just it's fresh in my mind because I just watched it, but I was watching Dirt yesterday, and Brady Baker had a gold medal, or was in first place after his first run, and then he had like a throwaway run, but his throwaway run was beautiful. It was like a 360 tapes, like a nice slow truck, like just stylish and simple. And I was like,
perfect.
that's fucking sick. And then they're like 65. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
The shit's like pretty far advanced at this point.
That's why I've like never been really into contests either.
Yeah, it's
Especially,
taking like a freestyle thing and making it a contest. It's weird.
It's weird, and it's like, because it almost, I would like to see BMX go towards a drifting judging standpoint. They actually
Tell me about drifting judging. I don't know shit about that.
Dude, so they do it with their style, there's team, there's like obviously the run score and stuff too, but it's more of like the style, like, and that's what like BMX is about. You gotta have style. You can't just go out there. Like, yeah, you can go out there, you can be a robot and you can win some shit. But like, if there's no style, like,
what you doing?
What are you doing?
What
you doing? I don't know. Like, style to me carries so much more than skill.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's so many steezy, right? Like, for instance, Dan Foley.
Yeah.
That dude doesn't do anything absolutely crazy, but he is one of the steeziest riders that I have ever laid eyes on.
Hell yeah.
Ever. By far. Like,
Shout out to his
that today,
BMX
too.
ASMR.
Man, that guy.
He's creating his own lane on YouTube, which is pretty fucking sick. Just like, because he's a filmmaker too, so he's doing that raw. You've seen it, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Dude. Like,
but yeah, style for miles, baby.
Style from, there you go. Style from miles. Yeah, even like, I've never really liked actually riding either. I think the only contest, like kind of bigger contest too, that I've ridden was Dew Tour Futures event. I rode a Dew Tour event fucking
sick. I didn't know that.
In Chicago in like 2013, 14.
Oh wow, okay.
So Michigan Video Days.
Yeah.
Corey Rogowski got first. Mikey Tyler got second. And I got third.
Fuck yeah.
So
Michigan boys.
Michigan podium in Chicago.
That's incredible.
But yeah, it was cool. It was like the first time I got to meet like Dennis and Chad and like just all those like dudes, all the newer pros and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just crazy. Like it was just weird for me too. Like I just don't like the 30-second concept, and like I'm rushing. I don't like being rushed. I don't know. I'm slow with it. Like I like to go fast, but I'm like, just let me like do my
figure
thing.
this shit out. Yeah.
Yeah, let me figure this shit out. So like contests have never been a big thing for me. It
makes me feel some empathy for contest riders, because they might feel the same way, but they're like, I want the money, so I'm gonna figure out what tricks I need to do.
I give it to contest riders too, because this is not easy, yo. It is not easy. After a 30-second run, you're like at the local contest at Transition Dram Park by me. After a 30-second run, I am done.
Toast.
I'm done. I'm ready to just go home. I'm like toast. Like, man, these guys are going all day and like doing obviously crazier tricks too. And man, I give it to them.
Like you're at the end of your 45-second run, and then everybody's expecting you to do something crazy at the end, and you're like can't even breathe, but you're like, all right, I'll fucking send this. Like Kevin Perazzo, the flare of that island towards the end is fucking all right, dude.
Right? It's like, how do you even have the energy for the end of that?
Yeah, for real. They're fucking athletes. They're taking our sport seriously, brother.
Dude, they are though. They actually are. Like people like working out, going to the gym, doing all that. Like actual sports medicine. Like I mean, it's cool to see it going that way too.
I used to hate on that.
And
so then the older I got, I was like, oh, okay, I respect the fuck out of that. That's amazing.
Kind of cool because we are athletes and we kind of beat our bodies
kind of a little bit more than the actual fucking athletes are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You can only go on fucking filming trips and party your ass off and film hungover for a select amount of years.
Man.
Yeah.
So many years.
All right. Dude. Maybe I should
That
train.
good times. Good times.
Well, let's get back to the Connor story.
Yeah.
You're young. What's your first, who's the first dude that you started looking up to? Can I Eat was your first video. What year is this, by the way? How old are you?
Damn, this is real young too. When I first saw it, like Stephen Hamilton part was my on repeat every day. So what I used to do is I used to take Stephen Hamilton's the song in that. Life was fun.
Till I made my big mistake. And
yep.
go.
I would listen to that and go down the street, and there's this little like manual pad. And I would just manual the whole fucking thing all day for like hours. I'm just doing manuals, but I thought it felt the greatest thing. This was probably, dude, this was before high school, so this is probably like 2007, 2008, or I may be wrong with the years. I'm bad with years. I don't know like when that video came out, but
2006. I want to say let's test my knowledge. I wonder. Can
06? I
would say
that sounds about
06.
right. Sounds about right.
But let's see.
So maybe 2008, 2007.
Let's shout out once again to BMX MDB. Let's share the screen here. So it came out. Come on, motherfucker! You gotta say when.
Is that Vimeo?
Yeah, those are Vimeo links. I think looks
Man.
like. Yeah.
That
Vimeo.
also throws me back. No one uses Vimeo no more.
Right? Yeah.
That used to be the shit.
Dude, I'll outdo you on that one. I used to do video Google. Like it was video.google.com. It was
no way.
Like pre-YouTube, and that's where I first saw Can I Eat and voices and all the videos that shaped my shit.
No, I've never even heard of that. That's crazy.
Yeah, Vimeo was the shit. Like, and my Vimeo slaps. You guys should go find Bobby Kanode on Vimeo.
Yeah,
Arizona shit.
definitely.
But when the fuck did this come out? Let's see. Can I Eat full video 2004. Looks like 2004. Wow. Yeah. Cool.
Wow. So maybe it was before that too. It could have been like, because I remember it probably had to have already been out for like a year or two. So probably 07, 08, I'd say. Is when.
That's when you started?
When this time is when I was really like, okay, there's actually people doing this.
I'm gonna say it's 2004, so I was wrong. Man, that's
and like
crazy.
The first people that I really like looked up to in like the BMX thing, number one was Justin Bayless.
Hell
that dude, because he was working at the local skate park. He was working at Transition Ramp Park, and he was like the one that, because he was cool. He was almost like the cool uncle that was working at the skate park. Like, and he would ride like here and there, like on his break when he was working. So you'd watch him, and he was good enough as when you're a kid, you're looking at him, you're like, damn, like, okay, this guy actually is good, and he was super tech. That's what I loved about it. You give Justin Bayless a street spine, you can watch him for days on that thing.
For real, though.
Crazy. But I'd say like Justin Bayless, Corey Rogowski, Nick Bullen, Sparks, just a lot of the just Michigan dudes. And not obviously Mikey Tyra and Tyler Finangle. Those are my two best friends that, like, without those two guys, I would not have gone anywhere. I mean, I maybe could have. Who knows where my path would have went. But without those dudes, I wouldn't have made it where I was today.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's interesting to like try and think about, I don't know, what's important. What do you think was a turning point where it went from just like a hobby to I want to pursue this?
I think really when Mikey moved to LA with the O.S.S guys, and
Mikey Tyra.
This was when also Tyler was already out too. So Tyler went off, did his thing. Mikey went off, he's doing this thing. And I remember this is when I was in high school still too. So I was playing high school hockey, and that was an everyday thing, like almost like a job. Like I'd get off of school, go straight to hockey, do all this.
Be an athlete, yeah.
I had to choose what I wanted to do. Like, do I want to keep riding and like try to go professional and do that, or do I want to go, maybe to college to play hockey? And I made the choice, like, fuck hockey. I quit hockey. I was like, I'd rather do, because like I didn't mind the team sport, but being told when I had to go do something and when, like, it just wasn't fun. It was fun at first when I was younger, but hockey wasn't fun for me anymore. And BMX at the time was the most fun thing I've ever done. So I was like, BMX, BMX. So like,
How was that conversation with your parents?
Um, it honestly really wasn't even a conversation. It really was just me, just kind of like quit hockey, and like, I mean, they supported it. They didn't really understand like, I guess how or where I could go with it, and
Yeah.
especially when it comes to like, I mean, I see their point. Like, you don't see every. I mean, it's rare to be able to be professional, to be able to pay your bills, to be able to do that. That's rare to do something. So I
Rare
get
as
them, but
fuck.
like, you know, it's an eye opener once you get older. Because when I was younger, I'm, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm gonna make it big, all this. But I mean, they were okay with it. They let me do my thing, especially when the time came. Mikey actually hit me up and was like, "Yo, you should come out and stay with me." And this is when he was at the O.S.S house, and I was like, "Yeah, shit, why not? I'll go." And I was working at Papa John's, got a $340 paycheck, got a flight. I'm on.
Boom. Fuck yeah.
So that's really when it like got like serious is when like Mikey, well, I'd say it was even serious before then too, but I wasn't really like pushing to get sponsored. It was just, I'm just having fun, and if something happens, something happens. It's cool, you know, because like I see people freaking out like posting sponsor me tapes, and like they're trying like super hard. It's like, dude, like
putting it in their bio.
Just
sponsor
do
me.
You. Yeah, bro. It's like, just do you. You never know who's watching. That's the biggest thing. Like, you never know who's watching. And then really when it took off really when I knew like Tyler and Mikey took off and went it. I'm like, okay, I could go do this too. I could do what they did. And Mikey inviting me to California was probably the biggest turning point in my like BMX like life.
Yeah.
Was that really? Because it was only supposed to be for 9 days.
And then what happened?
I ended up staying for like 3.5 months.
Nice.
With $340 in my pocket.
Tell me about that. How because I've been there where it's like I ended up hitting my dad up because I was 20 still, and I went out to stay with them and ran out of money. I had 1 week left, and I was like, please. And fortunately, like he helped me out. But I can't imagine like just doing it and fucking. I can imagine it. You just figure shit out. But how'd you figure it out?
Dude, it worked so good, honestly. So Mikey hit me up, was like, come out, whatever. Okay, cool. I got a place for you to stay. It was the floor of the O.S.S house, which is fine with me. We got to,
we got to float.
We got to float. We got to figure something out. So I was all right with that. So I go there with $340, and like the first 4 or 5 days are just great. Riding every day. And this is like me going from just little old kid in Michigan to hanging out with Brandon Began, Stevie Churchill, Reed Stark, Nate Richter, Adam's there, Mikey's there. Like, all the dudes I looked up to and seen in these O.S.S videos, I'm not hanging out with them. So it was like shell shock, right? Mikey at the time, he had a girlfriend, so he really, the first couple days he was around, but he had to go do some girlfriend stuff. No problem to him. That's whatever. But I was like, dude, I don't want to go home. And they were like, Vegan and Steve were like, why don't you just stay? And I'm like, well, I don't know how I'm going to make money. Brandon, I'm pretty sure, was like, oh, I'm pretty sure Scott can get you hooked up with something. So he texted Scott Marceau. I think it was Brandon, but Scott Marceau got me a moving job, actually moving like chairs and stuff with this random moving company, which actually gave me like enough money to like
just live there.
Yeah, it was sick. So shout out to Scott Marceau too.
Yeah, for real.
I love that dude too. I have the utmost respect for Scott Marceau.
Yeah, he's a fucking legend and a
beautiful
human being.
But yeah, so it was just, I told them I didn't want to fucking leave, and they're like, yo, you should just stay. I'm like, called the flight place, and then I ended up extending it and stayed the whole time too.
I'm wondering if it's the same house that I stayed at. It's on the second story.
Yeah, well, it's in the backside of the other person's house. Like there's a main house. You might have been. Were you in Long Beach or LA?
Yeah, Long Beach.
Long Beach, the Long Beach one I didn't get to. We went to LA. I was in the good time one. Yeah, the fucking that place. The O.S.S house. Good time.
Thinking back on it, because I remember just being younger and looking at it and just kind of like not really analyzing how it all happened. But like Adam 22 created those BMX houses. Like, say what you want about him, like he had a crazy profound impact on like the scene. It's an interesting thing
he did.
To think back and just like the the fact that he was like, sure, Kanode, come out and stay on my couch as an intern or whatever, because I hit him up looking for an internship with some BMX company. He was like, come intern for me, and I ended up staying there for 2 weeks and seeing the whole thing. But like, I can relate to you and like showing up somewhere and then holy fuck, here's all these people that I've been watching on the internet, sweating, idolizing, and they're just people. I have to like learn how to act.
You're right. They're just people, dude. That's the craziest thing. You think you're like, you get there, you're so nervous, and you're like, and then you just, the first 5 minutes into it, everything's gone. Nervousness is gone. You're like, these are my homies. Like, these guys are awesome.
Yeah, for real,
dude.
That's cool. That's an interesting thing. The moving from Michigan to LA is kind of like a, well, I don't know if LA, but like Michigan to Arizona for both skate and BMX is like, it seems to be the thing to do. You get good at skating or riding in Michigan, and then you move somewhere and pursue the dream. I wonder, do you ever wonder what would have happened if you just stayed home in Michigan and didn't go do that for however long you did?
Probably be in jail or something. Honestly, I mean, I probably would have still rode, but I probably would have just been 9-to-5 job. I would have eventually, if nothing happened, I would have been 9-to-5 job, maybe have a house, all that, you know. But nah,
here we are.
Yeah,
I wouldn't trade it for shit. It's like broke, but chasing that dream is fire.
Same. That's why, like, I basically, like, I don't have a house right now. Like, the only thing really I have is just like a car and stuff. I'm still living at my parents' home, but it's like, I wouldn't, even my parents tell me too, like, would you trade those years to have a house in this? No. I'm like, fuck no. Those life experience, I got to experience some of the craziest things in my earliest 20s and like live like, I don't even know how, like, it's just the most insane adventure I've ever been on in my whole life. It was great times. I'll never trade for the world.
It gives you so much perspective. I feel the same way. Sometimes I get frustrated. I'm like, why don't I have like a 401k and a fucking house at this point? But I think of my life and I'm like, it's been pretty fucking great.
It's been tight. Yeah.
And also on the living at your parents' house, if I got along with my parents, I would be living with them right now too. Like, that's a weird dramatic thing to say. I get along with them, but I can't. I would never. I can't.
I feel you. I'm like,
can't do
it. I want to get out of here. I want to move out. I'm still the same. But
financially, dude, it makes so much sense. And it's such a cultural thing. I've heard people talk about, Fu actually from Epic was talking to me about like, why do you kick your kids out? Like, just
his whole family lives together, right?
Yeah, it's fucking amazing. And it makes sense. Like, it's just a cultural taboo to like live with your family. But
yeah, like I also noticed I've got a few like Mexican, Spanish, whatever you want to say, friends. Their whole families are together.
It's beautiful.
Their whole families, and they're always taking care of each other. It's like, I remember someone said that to me. They're like, yeah, why do you kick your kids out? I'm like,
honestly,
I'd want to spend the most time with my family. You know, it's the number one people you want to be around.
You got a shorty? You got plans? Are you getting a place soon or what?
I actually just went on a hot date yesterday with first time meeting her too yesterday.
Sick.
I took her to the cruise, but no, just kind of like just doing my thing. Really, I have a job now. I work at Ford now, so
cool.
I've got a 9-to-5 right now. So I'm just doing the kind of like just trying to start the normal life after the BMX stuff, because like, I would love to keep pursuing the BMX thing, but like my body now, I've fucked myself up so many times. I've got the ankles of the 80-year-old. It's like, I would still love to keep riding, and I still do, but at the professional level that we are doing it at, like every single day, out filming every single day, I can't do it anymore.
No way. Yeah.
No way. At this age, I just can't do it. So I was like, once I transitioned into not having a job for like 7 years to 9-to-5 was different, but it's also been the greatest fucking thing because I have money. That's the biggest thing, dude. I don't know. I think back to like certain times too when I was at O.S.S house. I'm going to the corner of the KFC and I'm getting chicken littles every day. So it's like $4 or $5 every day, and that was my meal 3 times a day just to survive, just to go ride BMX. I'm like, I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking back then? But it was so fun that I didn't care, you know?
You don't think about the future. You're just thinking about today. I want to ride today, so I'll eat this, you know? And that can go a good while. Like, it's like the 20s is your time to fuck around with that shit. But then it's kind of like, all right, now I gotta.
It's like, man, I got a
It's so funny. You're like, I got a 9-to-5, but now I got money.
I got money. It's nice. Because like I was always nice. Even through TMG Michigan video days too, like I was like the broke kid that couldn't afford to go on the trips and like couldn't really eat. I could maybe get there, go on the trip, but I couldn't eat. So like I'm the one that's like sent back. So I knew how to like it was for other people too, and like I'm just like, man, once I got that 9 to 5, I'm like, oh, this is nice.
Hey, I
It's
can buy my
nice.
own shit.
This is different.
Yeah.
This is different. I'm not eating McDonald's every day.
Dude, I could see young Connor coming up to me at the skate park. Hey, bro, could I get $1? You got a ciggy?
That was me, bro. That was me. That was me.
That's
Hey, let me
great.
get down. I need to go get a snack real quick.
The skate park culture is such a fucking interesting thing, actually. Like, just
Man.
because like you and I both have spent countless hours hanging out at skate parks, and it's just that's a whole different scene of life. I remember because I come from like suburbs, and
Right.
like you should be on this path. I graduated college and all this shit, but I spend so much time at the skate park. I feel like I can get along with all levels of society. The fucking crazy meth head at the skate park,
bro, I
or
can
the
be hanging
CEO.
out. Yeah, I can be hanging out with the degenerates and the suit and dies.
Yes, it's
Hell
beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's the
That's
greatest thing ever.
it's a cool life experience.
Yeah, and like even my local skate park, Transition Ramp Park, we call it the Trap. TRP, so Transition Ramp Park, we just added the A.
Yeah.
Because like it's kind of the trap, but it was like, dude, it's the greatest place. That was like my second home. I wish I had a counter for like how many hours I spent there.
Right? Yeah. Like
Dude,
10,000.
It's probably like half of my life.
Honestly. Which is the only way that you get to the level of riding that you're at. It's pretty it's crazy the amount of dedication that is required to even just get to the level of like being broke on somebody's couch in LA. Like you have to be so dedicated. It's wild.
Yeah,
the barrier to entry to like be a fucking sponsored rider is actually insane.
It's actually crazy. And people thought I went to California and like had it all made. I'm like, yo, I slept on a tile floor for a week straight before I was able to jump in a bed with Stevie. I'm sharing a big ass bed with Stevie. So like, what? Oh no, I'm out here. I'm struggling, but we're having fun doing it.
Tell me about all that. What was the early days of being in LA like? What was it like sharing a bed with Stevie? What were you guys getting up to? What's the behind the curtain?
Man, everything. We were getting into everything. Just really just riding. Like mostly I was geeked on riding and going everywhere. Anywhere and everywhere I could in LA, I am there. If I had to pedal, if I had to Uber, or if even this is actually before Uber 2 started. So like, man, I just remember just trying to get out with the guys too. Just me, Brandon, Stevie, Adam would be out there. Adam probably be filming. Just going out, hitting spots, hitting schools, just doing all that.
What kind of projects are you guys working on towards the beginning? Like what O.S.S videos era is this?
I think this is honestly the vlogging area. The vlogging era when it first started. This is like when the vlogs started popping up, really, is when I popped in.
What did you think of the vlogs when it started happening?
I was like kind of with it, but at the same time, I was like, well, it's different and stuff changes, Things change. A lot of people don't like change, which is the crazy thing. Change is uncomfortable and people don't like change.
Yep.
So the first thing they want to do is bash it down, get this out of here.
Yeah.
And like this is like with the whole LZ, Adam LZ with the vlog thing and Stranger, this whole big thing. Like, I think it was overreacted because you see how high it went, how far it went, and look at it now. Everyone is a vlogger.
Yeah. I just saw one when I was looking you up. I saw one Nate Richter's introing it. We're at Tip Plus, say hi to Rich Hirsch, and it's you building a bike, and it's 500,000 views, and I'm like, word, all right,
right? Just a random vlog of me building a bike at Tip.
Yeah,
that was a good ass day too. I'll always remember that.
I don't know if they were like ahead of the vlogging game, but like for BMX in particular, they saw it, or Adam saw it, and he was just like, all right, let's go this way, which
I'm going with it.
In hindsight, I respect so much. When it happened, I was the biggest hater. I could have won the player haters ball. Fuck them vlogs. But now I'm like, all right, I see it. Right. So I'm trying to like keep that mind when the new thing happens, like fucking whatever.
Right. You try to see like the other side, like what could this bring?
Right.
Or what could this, and like even when I was, I even hated too when I first started too, because like I'm all for the old school, the X1000 go out
video part, dude.
Music
and tricks,
dude.
And that's it.
Yes, that's it. We're not no YouTubing selfie camera ass people, Like I was about that, but once I seen it actually taking place, and then being a part of the vlogs too, because like a lot of the vlogs, people are like, oh, that shit's corny, but it's like you guys don't realize this is just us living. This is literally what we're doing. Like, yeah, there were some things that were probably faked, or not even faked, but just like being
set up,
for the camera. Like, you can be extra, But this is just what we were doing. This is literally every single day. So what you see in those videos is what we were doing every day.
Yeah.
Which
one sticks out the most? Which vlog should I watch? Because I didn't watch all the vlogs doing research or whatever. But
there's BMX versus Cops. That one's got like I think a 2 mil or something like that. Maybe 1 mil. I think that's the day me, Adam, Brandon,
4 million.
And damn,
Jesus Christ.
I think maybe Stevie. We went out to the observatory, just random day, just going out to the observatory to ride shit. This is when I was on a Colony too. I was on a Colony frame.
I was gonna ask you that.
Xavier Wolf.
How does Colony happen?
Like Xavier Wolf's just hanging out with us. Yes, this was a good ass day. Stefan, Vegan. Man, I think actually Mikey might have been there too. But this was like a normal day for us. This is what we were doing.
Was that Booty? Who was that?
Yeah, there's Tyra.
Wait, no, who was in the... Is that you in the tie-dye?
No, that was Stefan. That was Booty Groceries.
Okay, yeah, I thought that. I was like, that looks like Booty. But I know all you fuckers had long hair. You had your long hair era.
Dude, I had a meltdown for my long hair too. Like a full mental breakdown in the middle of a 2.5 hours trick battle because of my hair.
Because it was too hot and getting in the way, or what?
Every single time I went to go, and of course the trick was like, it was stupid. It was like a fast plant, ice bonk, easy 180. Like it was the dumbest trick ever. But every time I tried to do it, my hat flew off, and hair in my face, dude. That pissed me off so much.
Bro, yeah, look at all these babies, dude. It's like a time
But yeah,
capsule.
this is the dumb shit we're doing. Like this is really what sticks out to me. Me and Began were like, who's gonna get down at first?
Fuck yeah. And is he just filming on his phone?
On his phone the whole time. That's all it was. It was only phone. He didn't even have the camera yet.
He's a pioneer, dude. That's literally
there we go. Yeah, on that orange Colony
frame.
That
cool motherfucker.
That's the nuts. Look, I'm in the background. You see me in the background?
On that last one?
On that last clip. You can see the last clip after I hit my nuts and then Vegan goes, you can see me in the back. Look at piss as hell. Like my fucking shins.
Fuck.
That was a good ass day. That was just like one of those days where you get home and you sit on the couch, you're like, damn, that was a successful, like, good day of riding.
Fuck yeah.
Just enjoying life, bro. Enjoying it.
Look at baby Steve.
Fucking baby Steve. Brand.
Here it comes.
Yeah, this is
there
early.
You are.
Too,
look at that clean cut.
Yeah, early, dude.
The Rico Suave cut. That shit was in.
Oh, we just bombed down the Observatory Hill too. That's where I'll keep down. Look at that young Steve.
Yeah.
Young Steve.
Just casually some of the best bikers in the world. That's pretty rad. And
that was like early too, so I was still on the Colony.
Yeah.
So that was like
let's talk about that.
That was like the first 2 weeks I was there because I got hit up. So we had the O.S.S jam down in, I think it was like the LA River or something. We had like a bunch of flat bars and stuff, and I think it was either Alfredo or Adam. I think it might have been Adam that came up to me and was like, hey, I've got someone that'd be interested in hooking you up with some stuff. And then he also asked if I wanted to be on some shit legitly. So I said yes, and I said yes to whatever you got going on too.
Yeah. Yes.
And then later found out it was Rich at Stranger, and they asked if I wanted to join them. 1,000% yes. And I said yes so fast.
Fuck yeah.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure it was either Alfredo or Adam that hooked that up. I don't remember. But shout out to
how long is this until it was
like
first question, how did Colony happen? And did that happen while you were back in Michigan?
Damn, yeah. Why didn't I even talk about that? Yeah. Shout out to Flip at Albies. He put in the word with Keith Trainer at Colony, and got me hooked up by them. They gave me bikes, they gave me frames and stuff. That was really all it was. It was mostly like a flow kind of thing, just getting bikes and stuff. And then when I flew out to California, I had their stuff still on, and I met up with man, I wish I remembered his name. He was the filmer for Colony too.
Is he Cooper?
Chris Bracamonte?
Oh, Chris Bracamonte, yeah.
Yeah, I met up with
California
Chris.
boy.
Damn, I'm surprised I just pulled that out of my ass.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But yeah, Chris Bracamonte met up with me. We filmed this little video thing. It was pretty cool, but it was just kind of for me with Colony, since they were an Australian brand, it was just kind of seemed out of reach to like, you know, because especially like that bike in that last clip that we saw, the orange one, that thing was like falling apart. And I like remember hitting them up for parts and stuff, and it was just like it was harder to get. So once that came up, like the Stranger thing, it was like a no brainer.
Yeah, because they're fucking right next to you.
Yeah, but it was like I couldn't thank Keith and Flip enough for, you know, because that was the start. That was the start of getting me free stuff to where I could have nice bikes to go out and do these things. So
yeah, what did that feel like when it first happened? Because I remember geeking the fuck out. I was like, you're gonna give me free stuff?
I think I still have my first frame.
Check it out.
First ever.
Damn, good for you remembering to keep stuff for later.
I think it's in here somewhere. Because my dad told me about it. He's like, hey, you know, you still have a frame in here. He must have hid it somewhere. I'll have to find it later. But I have...
You got it.
The very first frame, that I ever got from Colony.
Fuck.
I still have it. I went to Austin, Texas, and I twisted the rear end like really bad. Trying to film a video with Burnside, and I put it up in the closet in this room, actually, in this computer room, and it's been sitting there ever since.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, because it was like, I got to keep that one. That's the first ever free frame that I ever got.
You know what? I definitely didn't keep my first free one, but I just remembered. Like, I actually got bummed right now when you said that. I'm like, fuck, I didn't keep shit. I don't have anything. And then I just remembered in my mom's attic, there is like a one from when I worked at Spillah. So that made me happy.
Hell yeah.
Right, cool.
Yeah. At least you kept something. That's
funny.
sick.
Yeah.
That's sick. I see there's some bars back there. What are those bars back there? And all the cameras too?
The latest the cameras I keep. This is those are OG mediocre at best ones from 2012 or whatever. But
sick.
Yeah, handlebars are just the latest hand-me-downs that I just took off. I actually bought myself some Colt bars a couple weeks ago. Which
hey, hell yeah. A little spoiled.
It's weird buying myself bike parts because I was spoiled for so long with just free shit. So
I just bought some parts the other day, not gonna lie.
It's weird.
Headset, chain. I was like, I don't care. I'll buy it.
I got a job, dude. I can support
It does feel weird, though, when it's you usually don't have you just walk into somewhere and they're like, yeah, here, you're good, you're good. It's
exactly.
Like, I'm paying for it. But yeah, I see what you're saying, though. When you're spoiled for so long, you get all these bikes, and then you're like, oh, shit.
So you have to think of it that way, of just like supporting, you know? I'm an adult. I will buy this shit.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's my thing, too. It's like, I'll
some
support.
of these prices seem ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. You're telling me, man. I was lucky. Yeah, I mean, my dad always told me, too. He's like, if you didn't get sponsored, you weren't getting new bikes. He told me straight up. He said, there's no way I'm spending $1,500 to $2,000 on a full, complete custom bike. I'm like,
for real.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
All right, Colony, and then the switch happens at the O.S.S jam. Like, how quick into your stay in LA did this kind of become a thing? When did you feel like, oh shit, I'm in? You know, I like these guys and they like me.
So I felt like when they told me to stay, really, I was like, okay, they fuck with me. They want me to stay. So like that really kind of got my hopes up. And then, when did this, actually the Stranger thing? I have a picture on my Instagram of when I got the news, because I went and picked up the bike too. The day I was put
I think
on
I just saw it. 2016.
2016 was it?
Sounds about right.
I'm in Long Beach and there's a boat in the background.
Yeah.
Standing there. I forgot what year that was. But that was the day that I got put on by Stranger. Let's see if I can scroll. I should take forever. Yeah, so May 24th, 2016.
16. Yep, that's the one.
Yeah.
This is the one.
That's when I knew, like, okay, I could maybe do it out here.
Wait. No, I wasn't on Stranger in 2016. I worked for Sabrosa. But, like, I was on Stranger in 2013 or something.
Really?
Yeah, 2012, 2011. I don't know. I think 2011.
You filmed a few videos, didn't you?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I filmed shit for Stranger. I definitely sent in footage for People versus Things. You ever watch that one?
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I just tripped in my mind. I was like, wait a second, were me and Connor teammates at one point?
It's crazy. I'll tell people nowadays too, like some of my teammates, like the biggest one. I'll tell people like, yeah, I was Adam LZ's teammate for like 2 months, and people are like,
wait,
huh?
what?
Like, yeah, did you know he rode BMX? They're like, no. It's so
Shit, because
funny.
he's huge in your other world, the car
The
world.
drifting, dude, the drifting thing. Yeah, that dude's like, shout
Big
out to
dog.
him too, man. Because like honestly, like people give him shit. But dude, like all the people that were talking shit, where y'all at? Look where that motherfucker's at. Like,
For real.
I mean, shit, you guys give him fuel, honestly.
What was it? I remember like vaguely all the drama behind like putting Adam LZ on and then the team quitting, right? What was
I'm pretty sure it's
refresh my
because
memory.
I'm pretty sure it's because of the vlogs. No one liked the vlogging BMX thing coming in, and he was like that YouTuber influencer coming into the BMX world and getting sponsored and being pro right off rip.
Yeah, he wasn't necessarily that good, but he had
Right.
the eyeballs, so it was
He
like
had the
a
eyeballs
business decision.
And I think that didn't sit well with many people.
Yeah.
So many people left, and like I didn't care. I was like, "What do you mean? That's sick!" Like,
Yeah.
and it didn't. I think it was like a year or maybe two after when I got put on. I think it was only like a year. So like people were still like, "Oh, you're on Stranger. You're gonna teammates with Adam LZ. So what?" Like,
yeah,
what?
for real.
Like he did good. LZ did good for what he did. You know, like I said, to get him now. It's like,
dude, when you boil it down, like the whole reason companies want to sponsor somebody isn't necessarily because you're incredible at tricks. It's because you have eyeballs on you, and you have eyeballs on you because you're incredible at tricks. But if you can somehow be Adam LZ, fucking, it's weird to look at it in hindsight because I remember
you could just have character too.
Yeah,
you could literally just be
be a person, right,
bro? Yeah, because you could be a robot on bikes, but if you have the shittiest character, like if you have the shittiest like personality, you know, it don't even matter.
For real.
Know? So it's got to be like both. Like that's why I like the view of like Strangers because they had like everyone like
characters.
It didn't matter who, like everyone. Come on, shout out to Gabe Brooks too. Man, that he was my favorite, one of my favorites. Like when I first got on, like I only met him twice, and it was for a short period of time. But he came up to me, dapped me up, like keep doing you. You know, you're sick. That hit home. That's why it kind of gave me fuel too. It was like, man, like the love in the BMX community when you start like coming around all these people, it like changes your eyes too. Because it, like you said too, you think like these pros are all assholes, and it's like no, these are just normal ass dudes.
Yep.
Just normal dudes, just like me, just trying to do the same thing, just ride bikes and make it in life.
Yeah, it's huge. I think that's one of like it's such a characteristic that I admire in people is just like Gabe Brooks would come around and he would make you feel good about yourself, and that's a really cool thing, you know.
Hell
and
yeah.
That makes him cool. Like,
hell yeah, the greatest energy ever.
Yeah, people don't remember like you don't remember what somebody said to you 10 years ago, but you remember how they made you feel. And Gabe Brooks made you feel like a badass. So it was like fucking
for sure.
Love Gabe Brooks.
Yeah, rest in peace, Gabe Brooks. Man. Shit.
So it's interesting you got sponsored during an era of vlogging. What was it?
Yeah.
You got put on Stranger, and then what was the deal? What did you? Just for people who've never been sponsored before, sorry, losers, but just kidding. What's it like to get sponsored, and what are your responsibilities?
So I honestly, I thought there was gonna be more. I thought it was gonna be more than I thought it was gonna have to be like going to all these like demos and like because I saw like skateboarding stuff, like where they go do demos, they do these signings, so I thought there was gonna be some of that, but like it really was just keep doing you, just keep doing whatever you're doing. You may get hit up by us to come hang out and film videos, do product photos, stuff like that. But yeah, no, it wasn't really anything crazy. Like my contract only said like I needed to like obviously the social media, you had to make a few posts on social media, and I think there was one that was like a yearly thing, like where if we were working on a video, you had to come out and put a part out. But like that was like it. There's just like social media stuff really, and I'm like, wow, I was expecting way more to like. I was kind of worried because I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be so busy. But I was like, nah, I just got to live my life, do my thing, basically just do what I was already doing, and just get sponsored, get free bikes, and get paid. And I was like, dude, this is so sick, so sick.
What was it at first? Was it a flow thing? Did you end up going? Yeah, you went pro for Stranger, and then what was it at the beginning? Just free shit, maybe some travel, and then what did you make? If you
Yeah,
don't
so
mind me asking.
it was pretty much flow at first. It was just like bikes, just all free bikes, and then like if I needed a flight back home or coming back to California, because like I'd come back to Michigan like for Christmas stuff like that. So they told me anytime I wanted that.
That's awesome.
Free
That's pretty
flight,
fucking cool.
yeah, free
Yeah.
flights. Like if we were going on a trip, obviously I'm going with them. So free flights for that, or like, wasn't really like much like money wise. Like it was 700 a month between Stranger and Primo, so like wasn't much. I mean, I know there's dudes out there that make so much, but I made it work. I made that work. And really, what was also nice too was all the signature stuff that he let me have.
Yeah.
Rich gave me the world for signature shit. Like,
fuck yeah.
He just was like,
what was the
whatever
biggest
you
like?
want to do.
What's that's something I am genuinely curious about. Like, you get signature what, and then how much would you make on a great month from that?
So royalties would usually be like 3 months. They'd go by like 3 months. And then you get, I mean, the biggest one I had, I think it was like 1,200.
Nice.
I was like, I'm like, all right, the extra $1,200, like I'll take it, hell yeah.
Yeah.
And this was only when I had like, I think just my tires, frame, and like signature bike was out at the time. So like now I have the tires, the bike I think is still out, grips, what else? Bars, the Stranger bars. I got a few things.
Let's check it out. Let's go shopping, dude. Let's go.
My favorite thing is my pedals, though.
Oops.
My pedals, man. It was an idea that was in my brain when I was like 12.
Hell yeah!
I saw a mountain bike pedal. My buddy Alex Burnside. Burnside. He was into mountain bikes before he was in like BMX and stuff, and he had these pedals that literally looked just like my pedals now, but they're obviously metal with pins.
Are they Primo or Stranger?
They're Primo, but they'll be on here, I think.
I don't see them. I don't see any pedals on here.
That's weird. You might have to go to the menu up on the top left. Go to goods. Yep, and now go.
Literally no pedals, dude. That's weird.
Is it at the bottom?
Yeah. Oh,
there it is. It's weird how they do it. How the P is.
Yeah.
All in.
I haven't been on the Stranger's website in a decade. This is
dude.
Cool.
It's funny. I haven't been on in a very long time.
There we go.
Yeah, right there. Them turbo pedals. And I always did all my bike stuff named after like car parts.
Sick. That's
so
cool.
Like the turbo pedal. The only one that isn't is my super bike crank, because we wanted to stay with like the power bike, just like the theme with the Primo crank. So I was like, oh, let's do super bike. And Rich was stoked when I said that. He's like, oh, let's do it.
That's cool.
Like my tires are actually 555. What's it called? So I made them 555C, and the tires are actually based off of a real Nitto tire. That's on my dad's Mustang right now in the garage.
Sick.
That's so the tread is for that. And these were like made for crank arms too, like the crank arm grinds. The pedals and the cranks are supposed to. We were supposed to sell them as a one package. I think we diverted from doing that, but it was supposed to be like a package where if you bought the cranks, the pedals were in there with the cranks too.
Is this the tire 555C?
Yep, there she is. Yeah, so it's a 555R is what it's called from Nitto, and I made it a 555C just because my name's Connor.
Yeah.
And that is the tread for a Nitto.
Those look bomb, dude. I would rock those.
Dude, they're great.
That's a good looking tire. Yeah.
It is a 2.4.
Yeah.
Maybe a 2.45.
2.45.
Yeah. Beefy boys.
Fat, grippy. I love fat, grippy tires.
Beefy boys. I love them fuckers.
So explain to me about the crank arm pedal concept. Like, why is this all of a sudden? Why is this better for crank arms than other?
So
cranks?
If you look at the crank arm where it like meets the pedal, it's kind of hard to see in some photos. It's a little better in the chrome photo, but if you see how they're basically the sides are like, I don't know what's the word I want to say, beveled. So it's not a full round crank. It's actually got two like platforms where you can slide on where the Primo logo is.
Yeah.
So if you go right there, yep. that side.
Is that
and
where it ends
on
up?
the other side.
Like, is that where the pressure is when you do it? I've literally done one crank arm in my life. So
Yep, it's usually right there,
Cool.
and the pedal. For me, it's
Yeah.
right there in the pedal. And if you look at the pedals, I wish I had a setup to just pull out and show you
right.
with them together. But the pedal, we took the whole part where you put your pedal wrench,
Mm-hmm.
took that out, and actually added platform. So that's why you see the trapezoid
Oh yeah.
a little bit come out the bottom. So it's literally flush with the crank arm.
Yep.
So when you're doing crank arm grinds, it's
You're not
like
gonna get
it almost
locked into
locks
that
it
weird-
in. It literally
yeah.
locks in crank arm grinds.
I actually just started riding some Eclat pedals, Jordan Godwin's, and I
They're
just
just
like
like
that
these.
it's more surface area.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I liked it just for standing, but it makes so much sense for crank arms. Dude,
Dude,
Jordan
it
Godwin's
literally-
fucking goated. It's the second place. All them crank arms he was doing. He's great.
Man.
Cool.
Favorite
That's
trick.
fucking dope. So what do you got? You got tires, you got pedals, you
Tires,
got cranks, you got a whole
cranks,
bike.
Whole bike. My V2 bars I think just came out too not too long ago.
Going, dude. Let's see.
I think the bike is the piston. Yep, there's that bad boy right there.
Good for you.
A nice little bike there. So yeah, that's like I owe it to fucking Rich Hirsch because that dude gave me he gave me just endless
Yeah, dude.
options of what I wanted. And
That's
like the
great.
graffiti on that frame is done by a local fucking homie here in Detroit,
Sick.
hand drawn. So I wanted to make sure like nothing was just like slapped together. Like there was
Yeah.
work put into this to make it like cool, not like cool, but like make it what's the word I want to say? Unique. Make it unique.
Yeah. Do
To, like,
all
my
bikes
style,
come with
too,
a
and what
fucking free coaster now?
I've always been on a coaster.
No, I'm just in general, like a complete bike. I
Oh
remember
yeah, they're throwing
back
them
in
on
the
there
day-
now. Yeah, they're getting
yeah.
like the best wheel sets and shit now.
It's wild, dude.
It's so cool.
Things done changed since we was young. I tell you.
Mm-hmm. So anytime like a mom asks me like I want to buy a bike for my son, I send them that link right there.
Hell yeah.
Spend that one.
That's pretty good. $800 and you get a dialed bike.
It's not bad, and
Yeah.
it's honestly I always tell people I tell like the people that ask me about it, if your son is if he's 16, that bike will be fine for him.
100%.
Perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Anything under 16 will be fine. Anything above 16, he might break some shit. But because that's what I did when I was younger, man. I went through bikes left and right,
Yep.
like crazy,
That's
crazy.
the thing. I wouldn't want to get my kid the perfect bike. You want to get him a good enough bike and then go fuck it up, and we'll
Yep.
fix it as we go.
Yeah, fix it as you go. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. This is a good time to pause and pee.
Yeah,
and
go
then
take a tank.
When we get back, we're going to continue in Connor Keating's journey as a BMX pro career. And we're back. We're back with the second beverage of the day. Happy Saturday to all you motherfuckers. Actually, it's Monday if you're listening to this, but I'm also trying out for the first time not wearing headphones and having your voice come out these speakers. And technology's great and it cancels out the echo. So
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't hear anything, so that's good.
that's sick. Cool. New
Wow.
vibes. So what you showed me before we resumed. Show me that frame, boy.
Found it. This is the very first
Sick.
one. The very
First
first
colony.
frame, even though I put a fucking stranger sticker on it later. But it's cool because on this side it's got it's painted over, but right here is an Albie sticker, like OG Albie sticker.
Sick.
OG Albie's like penguin. But look at this rear end.
Whoa. Wait.
I don't think that's supposed to be like that.
Yeah. That's bent in. That's squeezed.
That's a little messed up.
That's a little squeezed. Then you
And
got
I
pedals
found-
in front of you right
I
now?
found this too, yeah.
Let's go. Okay.
That boy. These are actually this is proto too. So this is like the first sample because there's no like logos or nothing on them.
Sick.
The bearings in these were terrible. But yeah, this is like the first setup, the first
Yeah.
thing that came and I rode, and I was like, this is it, Rich. Like, we got it.
Fuck yeah.
But yeah, as you see, like it sits like literally like almost flush with that. So
Right.
when you
That's
like
made
my
for
crank
grinding.
arm, the rail like just locks in like right there. Just
Yeah.
like that. It's so good.
Huh. Yeah, because I mean, just watching all your old shit, I'm like, my man's been crank arming. Like, it's wild to think back to the Michigan video and that era of time where crank arms aren't that big yet, but you're doing up rail crank arm bar spins, and that's fucking wild. And then
Dude, shout out
scab
to
crank arms.
Shout out to Chase Kurlicki for teaching me that.
Fuck yeah. He taught you crank arms?
He taught me crank arms. Yeah.
Heck.
At TRT one day, he's like, "Hey, try this with me." And then we were doing like we're standing next to a flat rail, right? You just kind of like, just standing like on your bike, and then you jump to the right and try to lock into the crank arm, but not sliding, just stalling.
Yeah.
He's like, "I can't get it," and he's like, "Try it." So we were doing it. I learned it, and then like
you learned to stall first.
Yeah, I stalled. That's how I learned it. I learned to stall on my crank arm, sit still. So you like track stand.
Yeah, I get it.
Side,
but that seems crazy.
Side.
That seems way harder. But that's good that you learned that way. That's
It just for me, it taught me where to land like my foot, because that's like my thing is I go where my foot goes. I go like more pedal than anything, and then it'll kind of slide onto the crank arm and lock in. But yeah, Chase taught me that one day, and like 2 weeks later, he came back to the park, and I was doing them up the whole rail. And he's like, "You're doing better than me. I just taught him a week ago." I'm like, "Dude, you started something." Because like, it is my favorite trick. Till the
gotta be the coolest feeling,
dude. You float. You literally float.
Yeah. Of the balance points, so there's a bunch of tricks that require balance, and they all have like the balance point can be big, can be small. Like nose manuals, I think are medium. Regular manuals, huge balance point. It's fine. Where would you put crank arms for the amount of balance point?
I'd actually say you have more than nose manuals. Wow. Like nose manuals. I try to learn nose manuals because Mikey, being my best friend, would always try to teach them to me, and that dude is insane with them. I could not figure it out at all. And I feel like the balance point on a nose manual is like, it's not much, like you said, medium. Crank arm, I'd say, is a little bit more. Because for me, like, there's like different times too where I have like different crank arms. I've got super saggy ones where my ass end is really low. Yeah. And then I've got ones where I'm like almost straight up and down, where it's just level. So like you can kind of wiggle a little bit. It's not, there's definitely a good amount of balance point that you have until you fall off or jump off, you know?
Yeah. Who's your favorite crank armor?
I gotta give the crown to my boy Ethan Corrier.
Corrier, yep.
Dude.
He does.
Every time I see a crank arm clip of this guy, I'm like screaming at my phone, like, yes! But close runner up in second, just because he's absolute ape shit with something that he does. Erico.
And he was early on it too.
On it, and he's doing switch ones too. Like, so I remember seeing this line at Cherry. He was hauling ass, and he does one regular, switches his feet real quick, and does one switch, and he's doing like 20 miles an hour.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah. What the hell? And like he does all like the crazy like bonks and stuff, like over. It was like over crank arm or over switch crank arm, like.
That's over switch crank arm is so fucked. That's crazy. How?
So yeah, I definitely looked up to Eric's for sure a long time, and then just like seeing Ethan do all these big ass rails, and then the one in the O.S.S video, the S one, that is not easy. That shit is not easy. Like you can drag foot to kind of slow yourself down a little bit, but dude, the balance point you have to, and then leaning, like that's the thing with me. I like going fast and straight. I don't like going sideways, any curb rail. You won't see me doing crank arm on curb rails.
Because it's a whole nother level of hard.
Dude, it is. It literally is. I just like going up. I don't know why. I'd rather go up than down.
Yeah, I don't know why either. That's weird.
It's really weird.
I was just looking at your Instagram while I was pissing. I saw the Kinker crank arm to bar that you did in LA. That was before you post good clips on Instagram. It was like 2015. I saw Sauce the Boss's comment saying,
I was the game.
Don't gram this.
I got flamed for that one.
Fuck them. I think it's smart. I think it's ahead of the game.
I was just like, that was one of those days too where we were in the area, but no cameras. Yeah, Nate was vlogging that day, and I think he has like it in his vlog of us being there because security was trying to kick us out and shit. Like that spot is hot in LA. And I was like, you know what? I'm like, this is the closest I've ever gotten to this trick. I was like, fucking Nate, like just film it. I'll throw it on Instagram. He's like, what? Like, just film it for me, bro. Just film it. He's like, you're retarded, bro. Don't do that. Like, just, I don't care. I filmed it, landed it. I'm like, yep, I already knew it was going to cause people to be like, oh, what the fuck? Why?
Yeah.
Like, why not?
Exactly. Why not? I'd like that. It's interesting because then, like, you look back on, like, how did Brad Sims find his success? And it was all through Instagram. It's not like he did put out some parts, but it's just Instagram, dude. That's where it evolved to.
That dude's an animal too.
Yeah.
It was like an honor to fucking hang out with him too, because he was part of the early O.S.S. Days. Actually, the first day that I went out to California, the day I landed and like went to the house, unpacked, and went road, it was me and him. Just me and him, because everyone else was just kicking it, whatever. It's kind of a shitty day, and I think it was raining. Me and Brad were like, let's go fucking cruise the city.
Hell yeah.
So it was like, that was crazy. It was like, damn, first day here, I'm hanging out with Brad Sims.
Yep, that's it. You made it.
Man.
When did you kind of, I don't know. That's a weird. I was going to say, when did you know you fucking made it? But it's like, what the fuck does that even mean? Let's just continue your story.
Just like the O.S.S., and like the Stranger. Once I got hooked up with that, and then like the vlogs started happening, and then I was just like, I was always in the picture with everyone. Like if we're all going on this trip or if we're doing this, like I'm there. I was part of that. And once they included me, I was like, that's it. I made it,
baby. Yeah.
I made it to where I wanted to make it.
Was there a deal with O.S.S? Like when you got put on, was there a contract there? What was the expectation?
No, not really.
There?
Just free clothes, rep the shit, be the homie. And I kind of knew that too, like through like with Mikey and shit, because like even Mikey was telling me like you don't really get paid, but you get some free clothes, But we got free rent.
Yeah.
I feel like that was like the biggest thing for me, and that's why I never gave a shit that O.S.S never paid us. It's like, yo, you guys had houses, like that's way more than paying us. And this Zoom is tripping me out.
It's wild, right? You got a filmer sitting there.
It was tripping me out. But yeah, the free rent thing was like the biggest thing, because like I didn't have to worry about anything. The only thing I had to worry about was a phone bill and where I was going to eat and what I was going to drink, what I was going to smoke. That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like once I got to the sponsors and stuff and just being involved with all the O.S.S crews and all, like going on the trips, I was like, yes, like I made it. I finally did it. My little kid playing hockey, never would have thought I'd be in California, with all these dudes I looked up to in the videos. But
fuck yeah, you're living literally the dream, dude. And
literally, it's
crazy because you can be in it and then you realize, oh shit, this is the dream.
This is literally what I was looking at on YouTube months ago, wishing, I wish I was there.
Yeah.
So I was like, that was the coolest thing for me, dude.
I think not everybody gets to experience like literally living their dream. So it's not that inaccessible. Like kids out there listening, you can
do it. Yeah. Oh, you can so do it. Yeah, you can do it. Because I was always the kid too that would say like, oh, I can't do that. I would always like down myself. I don't know why I did that, but it was always just like, I don't know. If it does happen, it does. But it does, and I worked hard, but I wasn't pressed like if it didn't happen. But it also happened so naturally that I almost didn't even notice it happen, because it was just it just worked.
I'm in it. Yeah.
Literally, it just worked. And then I remember I was talking to my mom about it, and my mom was like telling me, she's like, "You having fun?" I'm like, I'm literally like, this is the most fun I've ever had, like ever. And she was so supportive. She was telling me, she's like, "Hey, keep doing you. Like I'm so proud of you." And I was like, I fucking did it. Yeah. And really, my boss at Papa John's too, I told him I may not come back. He goes, do your thing. And when I told him I didn't come back, he was like, "You made it, bud." And when he said that, dude, I was like, I fucking did it, dude. It's so sick.
I made it, man. I as much as I am so stoked on it, and like it's a beautiful thing, it's also hilarious that it's just like you making it is being poverty level broke and staying on a fucking tile floor in LA, like,
riding a little kid's bike around the city, like that was the dream. That's what's crazy too.
It's a beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful thing. The most simplest things too, because like you just explained it. If I said that to someone, they'd look at it like, "That was your dream."
Yeah,
it's like yes, it was.
I run into that
sleeping
too.
On that tile floor was a dream.
There's because these real estate people are like, I got to live my dream when I made $100,000 in 1 month, and I'm just like, that's cool. I made 1/5 of that for a whole year filming a pro BMX team,
Right. Yeah, man. It's it was so fun.
How old are you now?
I'm 29.
29. I remember I had when I was 28. When I was looking through your Instagram, I was like putting it into perspective of like my life, and it was post Sabrosa, and then real serious depression, and got fat as fuck when I was 28. Like I was just like the worst that I've ever been. And I was looking at your 2018 post. I was like, this is Connor's fucking peaking, dude. Like Connor's killing it in 2018, which is interesting to think about.
I was peaking then too. I was on my game too, man. That's
there
when
was
I
one
didn't
clip
have
where
a
I was
girlfriend.
like, there was one clip where you had long hair and you're doing something on like some ledges that are capped, but you look frail. Like, I'm like, hold on, was he doing some shit? Were you on some drugs out there? Were you O.S.S.ing it up out there?
I may have done a little bit of O.S.S. it up out there. Yes, a little party man, my long ass hair. Sometimes I'd grease it up.
Yep, beautiful. I can't blame you. I'd be doing the same shit. I'd be representing the brand, boss. O.S.S.
So I didn't do anything crazy. You know, you obviously you keep it in the lines.
Yeah.
But yeah, of course, you know, experiment here and there. You have
Good
some
for
fun.
you. What was? I mean, you don't have to say it. You're on the record. But what was your poison of choice?
So I mean, I'm big pothead, big weed guy, big weed. Like,
that's not poison. This
guy
is
right here. But
the
nose stiff. The nose stuff.
Booger sugar.
Boog.
I ain't no stranger to some booger sugar. You know who introduced me to it is Adam. The first time I ever did it was because of Adam in Long Beach when I was 20. Yeah.
It was crazy. I couldn't even tell you the first time.
What a beautiful thing. I remember because I didn't get it, and then I did it with him just a tiny bit, and then I was just like chirping his ear off outside of the bar, just like, dude, we're gonna do that. It's like classic shit. And then after the fact, I was like, holy fuck, I just did that, you know?
Oh yeah. So yeah, I did. I got into that a little bit, and it got to a point where it's pretty bad too, to where I was like, I had to check myself, like, okay, like chill out, and literally went like cold turkey and like stopped, and I actually haven't. I haven't touched it in like over. It's been years and years. Because I had a health problem, or not health problem, but like I mean it is a health problem, but heart problem. So I had like a hole in my heart. So like I had heart palpitations. Weird shit, yeah.
Damn.
So,
yeah.
Like my heartbeat was like off and regular. So I had hooked up to a monitor and all that stuff. So it was like, I gotta be careful, you know.
Yeah,
so
for real.
Trying to fucking die. But yeah,
you got to get it in while you can, and there's no shade for experimenting. Like it's crazy to me, people who go out there and then get in that environment and they don't try it. I'm like,
what were you doing?
Yeah, why not experience life a little bit?
Like, dude, it's everywhere. Yeah. Anywhere you go out, you clubbing, and that was a part of the lifestyle too with us, like especially with Alfredo Mancuso, because he knew all the club promoters. So after a day of riding, it's like, oh, cool. Alfredo's got us. We're gonna go to Warwick, which like Warwick is like one of the biggest clubs like in LA, and we've got these little scrubby ass teenage BMX riders. They're partying.
Sick.
Like, dude, it was good times. Like we had many good times.
Yeah, if you could pick one, tell me, can you share a good party time with me?
Yeah, dude, it's on YouTube too, bro. Alfredo's got it. I came. This is like I think the first day I came back from Michigan. We decided we were gonna go get some food. Alf picked me up. He actually picked me. I don't know if you know who Badger is, the scooter rider, the homie Badger. He's Brandon Began's homie, and Began. We all went and got some food. Well, while we're here at the place eating food, getting drunk, you know, whatever, I was pretty lit, and Alfredo dared me. So this is on Sunset Boulevard, by the way. This is busy as hell, security everywhere. There's a giant Pacifico bottle that's like 6 feet tall. It's one of the blow-up ones, and it had like yarn around it on the on the chair sitting out front of the little Mexican spot. He's like, I dare you to steal that. You won't. And my drunk ass was like, okay. So I had a lighter in my pocket. So as we were all leaving, and I was so drunk, I like barely remember. I just remember like little snippets of what happened. And I just remember looking over, seeing the security guard look the other way. I burned the wire or the yarn with my lighter, so it was free to grab. Grabbed it and just started taking off down the street, running with it. I just remember running, and I like looked back once and saw the guy running after me, security. So I just keep running. I just told myself, keep running, don't stop. Just keep running. Alf will find you. Just keep running. So I'm running. I turned the corner, kept running, and then I remember I hid behind a car. And for some reason, like I found the little hole that you blow air into it.
Yeah.
undid it and laid on it, so it was started deflating.
Nice, smart.
Jumped up because I heard Alf coming through in the Porsche, and I like look, and he's flashing his lights. He literally pulls up, we jump in, and like take off.
It's like,
And, like,
that's some Ocean's 11 shit.
There's a vlog somewhere on Alfredo's page where I like literally the first clip is me grabbing it, like shitty potato cell phone footage, me taking off running with it, and then the next clip is Brandon in our apartment putting it where the fridge is supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's like that was one that always like stood out. Like I've got crazy stories, like especially in Vegas, like somehow going up and like meeting up with Jeremy Rogers, like the skateboarder, and doing shit with him, and like waking up the next day with $450 cash in my pocket that I'd never had the night before. Like
not a bad night. Yeah.
Stuff that happens. It's like it's not a good night. It's like dude, it's so many. I could go on for days and days on drinking and partying stories, especially with those guys.
Those dudes, one more. I love it, dude. It's fun as fuck. What's think about one? Girls. You know, I don't. Yeah, you probably don't necessarily want to air out a girl story, but what is the craziest girls story?
Well, I'd say this is also like beginning too of when I first got there. We go to a bar. I think it was, what the fuck was the famous one called? Black. We went to Black.
Yeah.
Bar Black. Oh my God, that brings back memories. We went there.
I'd love to go to Black and party again as an adult.
That place was so sick. But we went there. Some Australian chicks were talking to us. I was at the time. I was like, "Hey, White." I was like, I think I was only 22 at the time too, so like I'm still young, and I didn't even know, but the Australian was 43, and whatever. We're talking, you know, we're having a good time. Whatever. I'm drunk as hell. We end up leaving. I ended up actually leaving with someone else. I think it was with just some random BMX homie that was hanging. I forgot who the fuck it was, but I did an Uber home early, and then Brandon comes home and Adam comes home, and behind Adam, I remember I was staying in the top stair set. I looked down, Australians are walking in.
Hey,
and I was like, all right, hello. And the one saw me that I was talking to the most of the time. She saw me up there and she smiled, you know, come down here. Man, I ended up getting topped in the bathroom on the couch.
Yes.
But Brandon's little fucking ass, dude, he Snapchatted me on the couch, like, with this chick, and put it on his story. And my crazy ass, like, at the time, yes, I was with her, but I was, like, kind of trying to get away from her, so I moved to Cali, too. Like, yeah, she saw it. She called me. Oh my God, you're with this chick. She looks older than me. I'm like, she's 43.
Fucking vegan, dude. Come on.
She's a designer for Supreme. I'm like, let's go. Dude,
design this top.
Man.
Fucking A.
And then even stories at Interbike too, bro. Like when Interbike was at Vegas and we went a few times, I think it was like two times, maybe 3 times when Interbike was in Vegas. And I think they did a Nora Cup in Vegas too, if I remember. Because I remember that's when they played my pro part, which I don't know if you've ever seen my pro part.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of it.
You're not a fan?
Not a fan of it whatsoever. So it was a secret. The pro part was a secret that I didn't know about. So when we went there and I don't know if it was Interbike. I might be twisting things up, but they
You're talking about your Stranger Pro part, no? No.
Yeah, the welcome with like
Welcome to Stranger Pro.
It. Yeah, like Hicks filmed it. Yeah, that's always been a video part that I like. The tricks are cool. I was happy.
But the whole thing, it's experimental, and I respect Rich for trying it out. But it's also like it doesn't respect the video. Like it's not a part. It's
thank you.
3 or 4 clips. So it's
and it's
okay. Welcome to Pro. But it's definitely not a pro part.
No, it's vlog
and
clips too.
Like the having John speaking in the background is cool for a vlog, but not for a pro part.
Not for a pro part, right? Thank you. At least I'm not because
you're not crazy. Yeah, this is a bummer.
Like, oh, it's so sick. It's so sick. I'm like, you guys don't realize. Like, I went. So when I was literally standing there and I see this big ass screen and it says Connor Keating, welcome to pro. So they're playing like videos. You know how like Nora Cup would like play videos or whatever. They new stuff that's coming out, teasers, whoever's new pro. They did mine and it was this. They played this.
That's a bummer.
And I was bummed because I didn't get the opportunity to film a real
The pro
part.
part, yeah. If you would have known, then it would
I
be a
would have
different
went
story. This would have
absolutely.
been literally. This is like 20 seconds of footage for a pro part.
I would have
Maybe.
had at least like 6 minutes of footage if I
Yeah.
wanted. That was like my thing. And you know, me coming from TMV, the music video, like
Yeah, that's a video
like
part.
that's a video part. And it's like,
Right.
dude, to go like, I will never take anything like for granted. Like I'm glad they did it, and I'm super happy and grateful they put me on pro. But it was just like one of those like, damn, I got shot down and put a pro part on. Now what I do? I was like, fuck, that's my pro part that I have to tell people. It's like
It's
you
not
look
the pro
up
part. Yeah.
people's pro parts, man, my shit is the bottom of the barrel, lowest of the lows. I'm just like, it is what it is. But that's one thing I've always like had in the back of my head throughout like my BMX like life career, I guess if you want to call it, is that pro part. That's always bugged me.
Haunting.
I
Yeah.
never like if they told me, hey, we're gonna have you like we're gonna bump you to pro, but I think they wanted to do it more as a secret and as a surprise at Interbike. So like I get that is why they did that, but at the same time they should have just told me make a pro part so I could have went like in on it.
So I could be proud of, you know.
Something I could look back 20 years.
Well, let me show you my pro part. Let me show you my pro part, dude. Bobby Kanode, welcome to the Stranger Crew. It's a similar vibe where it's like, oh, that's not a thing. It's just literally one clip. And I backwards manual the whole thing and then go, and it's just one clip. Welcome to Stranger. I'm like, all right, cool. I would have liked to not do that, but also, it is what it is. There's something.
Let me put some work in.
Yeah, just
like, damn.
I don't know. I respect the like trying something different with it and making the most out of nothing, because there's so many being in different industries now. I'm like, people make use of much less talent to like really like. People out there have so much less talent than you or somebody else, but they just are doing the most with it and make so much money. It's just like, all right, yeah, I get it. But also at the same time, come on, dude. These are the few things that you take pride in. Is just
and like I think maybe they use that. They could have used that for as just like a teaser for maybe of what the future has to bring, which I could see it being that.
What is it? 3 clips?
Like, fuck. Yeah. Like, man, I wanted like a 5-minute pro part before like releasing me, like saying I'm on pro. Let me drop a banger on these people. Like,
so did you drop a banger after that? Did you use it as fuel to the fire and drop a like? What do you think is your favorite video part, or were you just in an era of vlogs like you didn't do it?
I was just like that's what sucks too. Is I was in like an era of vlogs or videos that were not done with parts. It was just the homies on a trip, and it's all clips kind of thrown in to whatever. A couple of my favorites are Blood Spillah, but Blood Spillah is edited funny. I think Stefan put it on a timeline as like how the trip went. So it's not like if a clip that we got on the last day, it's going to be towards the end of the video. Okay. It's not going to be like all 4, but like that, man.
That's heavy.
That's
a clip.
First try.
It also is crazy that, I mean, it's fashionable to do it, but just the fact that we're filming in 2020, whenever this is, on this shitty of a camera is frustrating.
Yeah, 2019.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's a cool thing. I love booty, but it's just like this, you know, it looks like shit.
One thing that I didn't like about these type of cameras is it does look like shit. And to me, a lot of it looked like Supreme skateboarding videos.
I'm sure, yeah. It's a
like super close and like it's not your traditional, which I love this video. This is one that I actually really enjoyed, but yeah, it's just like,
and I've talked about this Booty's style of filming, and I think it was Chadwick. We were talking about like it's easy to hate, especially at the beginning because you're not good at it yet. But him developing this style, and now that we're seeing him like get really good at it, it's like, all right, cool. But it obviously isn't. It is what it is. It's an interesting thing. I love.
A lot of people hate on it, and I honestly, I'll be that person to admit that I did hate on it at first because that's what like I said, the Supreme skating. Like I was like, why are we doing this when we should be filming like the whole bike, you know, the whole spot?
Yeah.
But then as time went on, it grew on me more and more.
Yeah,
the more I filmed with him, because like you said, he got better. And the more he got better, it was like, oh, okay, this set actually looks pretty fire.
Yep.
I just wish he used better cameras.
Yeah, right. I
That's
would
the
love
biggest
to
thing.
see this type of filming with HD. I think it obviously exists, but
With HD, it would look so good. SD is like VX or nothing.
yeah. And it's also you got to respect just doing something different, not being scared to do it. It's pretty cool.
Mm.
Oh, little snaggle daggle.
Little snaggle baggle.
Look at that young man, dude.
Look at that crank iron.
So tell me about this trip. Where the fuck was this, and what was it?
Um,
Like 22 minutes of biking in New York City.
This was my first New York trip.
Hey, Phil.
Yeah.
Phil, big dog.
Shout out my boy.
Dude, I can't believe I thought he was a dick. He's the latest episode. And before I knew him, apparently we met a long time ago, but I don't remember it. And then I always thought he was an asshole. I don't know why. Just
Dude, everyone does. Everyone thinks he's an asshole because he's a fucking metalhead, dude.
Yeah.
So everyone thinks he's a dick when
he looks like fuck you. And then I talked to him. I was like, oh my god, I love you. You're so fucking sweet.
He's a sweetheart. I owe Phil, like, dude, so much because there was a time there was a part in my life too where I was going through like some shit, like my last relationship, and like kind of got into a depressed mode. But I packed my car up full of shit my whole life, and I drove to California. And Phil opened his doors for me. He opened his doors. I was gonna pay him to stay at his place, and I went to go pay him like, hey, yo, let me go get you your money. He's like, nah, bro, what? And then he also like. He's a great listener. He actually like listens to me. Like if I had something going on and I needed to talk to him, he was there. Greatest. I love Phil.
Shout out Phil.
All my heart. I love that dude forever. And I'm so proud of him too for starting that Malice thing.
Yeah, dude. That's not nothing.
And it's crazy seeing like there were times too where like me and Phil would chop it up and like it would be mentioned like start a brand, start something. Like it would just be, and it wouldn't be like serious. It'd just be like kind of like, thrown out there as an idea. And like to see him actually take it and like go with it, I'm so proud of that guy.
Same.
So proud, especially with like the whole shit with O.S.S. like ending, like him getting fired at O.S.S. Because like
that'll change your life,
dude. That company wouldn't have been what it was without Phil. Like, dude,
right.
Phil is O.S.S. If anyone doesn't know, Phil is O.S.S. That place wouldn't have been what it was without Phil.
Yep,
guaranteed.
Because it was like a decade of he's retail. Like he was
he was the one to call. Like if Alfredo or someone came up with some corny ass designs, he's the one calling you up. Like, no, fuck no, we're not doing that shit. Like, he was just real. That's what I love about Phil. He's real. He's not fake. He will tell you how it is, regardless if you fucking like it or not. And that's great to have. Especially like, there's so many times like, dude, I don't know. It's like I just love Phil. Phil's fucking great, dude.
I love Phil too. Like
I can keep talking about Phil.
The thing you said about being a good listener and just like podcasting with him. And at one point, I'm like answering questions about my life, and I'm like, hold on. I was like, this is great. He genuinely cares, and he wants to know about you.
Right, dude. Yeah, no, he's great, dude.
I was like, I thought I was interviewing you. Like,
I miss that fucker too.
When I was 18 years old, we went to Australia.
I gotta go stay with him soon again. It's been a while. It's been like almost a year and a half since I've been out there.
I want to go see everybody in Cali, especially Phil. That'd be great to hang out with him.
Yeah, he's great to be around.
This video is pretty cool. I don't know if I've ever watched this whole thing. Damn, Phil, chill.
Yeah, dude, he's
chill, big dog.
This trip.
Yeah. All right, here we go. There's another Connor clip. And that's the type of shit. I don't know. I would love to see a montage of everything that you did just in one place. That would be cool. I don't know how much effort that would take, but I wonder if Bootie's catalogs are good. Could he put together a montage?
It's funny you said that. I actually I screen recorded this whole video.
Mm-hmm.
And I chopped every single one of my clips and then took them and put them on the timeline. It's probably long gone. It was so long ago. I probably did it like a week after this video came out because I was like, I want to see all my clips in a straight line, Yeah. It was like a part. So I did that to this video and I put a new song on it and everything. But the only reason I didn't put it out is because like I know how filmers are too. You're not going to take someo's footage, make your own, and then put it out. So, because I was gonna put it out on YouTube.
You should still do it. I appreciate that, but you should still do it. By the way, this looks fucking sick. I love this a lot. This single frame.
The blood spiller. Dude, the first clip. Watch the first clip of the video. This was at a bodega. Random dude.
We can turn up.
real blood Spillah.
Yo, a long time when I tell them when I killer.
Can
A
you
long
hear
time
it?
when
I
I
can't
tell
hear
them
it.
when I real blood Spillah.
Yeah,
I
you
beat
can.
blood to beat yo,
Okay.
me not beat no filler. And if you
But it's
want
just some
dead,
random
hey
dude
boy, right to
freestyling
killer,
with a
we a
camera.
tell it from the
And,
heart.
bro, we
Tell
were
me
in
the
Jamaica,
worst
Queens,
time,
too.
you're not part.
Hell yeah.
When you cut my bud, no
It was just
blood
like that.
clot.
It was like the
Never
beginning
you
of the
gun
trip.
your
Like,
pan
dude, this is so sick.
I wonder if I'm gonna get copyrighted for
Take
that.
people no come out, cut them afraid
I don't even
for
think
war.
it's his real song. I think he's just freestyling. I'm a
Blood
real blood
Spillah.
spiller. So that's why it's called Blood Spiller. It's because of that
Sick.
guy right there. Started off our morning at the bodega, right? And that was the first day, so we went straight to that spot. So this whole video is, I'm pretty sure the timeline is
Just
like
chronological.
just chronological, yeah.
That's sick. I wonder how's Strangers YouTube doing? Fucking, we go videos, we go pop.
Yeah, they just released the level 20
22.
or no, what?
Something just came out. Let's see,
Yeah,
latest
something just came out.
Stuffies part. 3 months.
Yeah. No, I swear there was something else that just came out too.
It's not like you're fucking done with BMX, right? You're still on Stranger and
Yeah.
doing
So
it, yeah.
I did leave Stranger for a bit, and really the biggest thing was like I needed a break from just everything. So like I honestly overreacted because all my friends got booted. So Nathan Richter, Eric L, Andy Garcia, like they didn't get booted, but like contracts got terminated and shit. And it's like once they were gone, it was just like, damn, all my homies are gone.
Yeah, what are we doing?
Like, what am I doing? So like I overreacted a little bit and quit. But I kind of like once I
What do you mean a little bit?
once I like kind of like sat back and realized I was like, yo, like Rich and like all the dudes have like done so much for me. I was like, why am I walking away from this? Like this shit that we built up. So I like hit Rich back up and was like, how'd you feel about me like coming back to Strangers? Like that's would actually be fire because like we still have all your stuff. Like we didn't throw nothing away. Like we still have all your bars that came out. I was like, let's do it. Like let's link back. Let's kindle our love back together. So yeah, I'm still on Stranger and Primo. No contract or nothing like that because like now that I've got the 9 to 5, it's like I've got that for my income, and it's like really the Stranger thing is like if I ever want to go on a trip with them, like I'm sure maybe Rich will find me out, or just like the bikes and stuff too, because like the bike shit is expensive, and then like just I couldn't see myself riding anyone else's bike.
Yeah,
that's the thing. I hit up what's Kramus. I hit up Kramus, and he sent me a frame. He thought I was trying to get on the Sunday team, and I was like, yo, honestly, I just want a frame, bro. I don't want to be on the team. Maybe in the future, if like shit goes down, cool, but. Because he was like avid on that. I'm telling me like no, like we can send you a frame, but like there's no really like anything for like the team spots right now. I was like, yeah, there's no problem with that. So I rode a Stranger frame for a bit, one of Brock's, and
Dark Wave, right?
I think so.
Yeah,
but it has a shark on it, but it
just felt like you were cheating on your girlfriend the whole time,
dude. It wasn't
be on
me.
a Stranger.
It just wasn't me, and it didn't feel right, and it kind of didn't make it fun. So I was like, I'm switching. I'm gonna switch back. I'm gonna go back to what I know.
When did you ride a Sunday?
Oh, not too long ago. A few months ago. 4 or 5 months ago,
okay,
maybe
cool.
6 months
so
ago.
This is really recent. Where you're just like, all right,
yeah, this is really recent. Yeah, because once I left Stranger, I was trying to like obviously get on a different friends. I didn't want to be on a Stranger frame anymore. So I went around and I just asked around, and Sunday was the one that was really like, yeah, I'll be down to send you a frame because Kramus has been around since TNB days too with us. Like we've known him through like Burns. He knew Burnside, and Burnside knew him. He's been around. Pretty sure we have a clip of him doing a double peg butt ass naked.
Kramus?
Yeah, I think so.
That's very rare. I
think, or maybe it's someone else. Maybe Kramus. If I'm talking shit, I'm sorry.
I want to see Kramus naked doing a double peg.
Butt ass naked going down the handrail in one of our videos. I remember. I don't know. Maybe it's not Kramus, but
nevertheless, it makes me realize that we skipped over kind of a whole chapter. So the good days of riding for Stranger and living in California. What do you think is like briefly? What's a highlight, and then how did it come to an end, and how did you end up back home?
Dude, the highlights were like all the trips, like that New York trip. We went to Portland. Portland trip was fucking insane, absolutely insane.
Why was it insane?
So we drove there. We drove to Portland. I drove with Rich, and the dudes drove. I think it was Phil, Stevie,
Nate Richter, Dylan Stark, and what's his name? I always call him Tone. I don't know why I can't think of his name right now.
Antonio? No.
Yeah.
Antonio Chavez?
Yeah, Chavez. Yeah. I don't know why I couldn't fucking think of that.
Oh, baby Tom.
Yeah, he was there too. That trip was just cool because like we had a jam set up too. So like the first day we were all just street riding, having fun, whatever. Then you get drunk. Me and Dylan went out to my first strip club visit.
Let's go, Portland.
I've never been to a strip club.
They're known for strip
clubs. We'll go out in Portland. He took me to one, so like shout out Dylan Stark. We're doing that. And then after the strip club, we were so hammered. We're like, oh, let's go bomb this hill up in the hills, right? Bad decision.
Bad
Dude, I remember I was in front of Dylan, and I noticed we were going around this corner. I noticed like the curb was coming a little faster than normal. So like I had to put the bike down and like slide into the wall. And I just see Dylan fly by me. He hits this cone, does like a front flip, and like smacks his head on the concrete and all this. Dude, so he's bleeding from his head. He's like, bleeding from his head. So he raced down, all the way down back to the hotel. He's bleeding, whatever. Go to his hotel room. He's like, is it bad? Super glue his head. After we super glue his head, he takes a towel and puts it on his head. And the towel gets glued to his hair. So he has to rip the towel off his head. It's just like those stories.
Jesus Christ.
It is so funny, dude. But that was
Dylan
a good
Stark
one.
is certified madman shit. Dylan Stark's a wild boy.
Oh yeah, he is. Great times with that guy. And Portland was just a good trip because it was good riding, good people, good food. Just
What video?
Overall, good time.
What do I look up if I wanted to see some footage from that trip?
What was that one called? It's definitely on the Stranger one. I don't know the name of it.
This is from Dylan. Is that when that trick happened? The 360? Portland BMX. Damn,
that 360 was in Mexico.
Yeah.
This might be his intro for his YouTube channel.
Is his intro, yeah.
Yep. This is the trip. Yep, this is it. I didn't even know he had a vlog going. Oh yeah, there's me right there.
You in the maroon?
Yeah.
Oh, look at baby Tone.
Little Tone. He tail whips his big ass thing.
Tone's the shit.
Hell yeah. Love that dude.
Yeah, there's Connor. Here we come.
Yeah,
Here we come.
What did I do?
Whoop.
I don't even remember trying that. Was I trying manual 180 or something?
I don't know. We'll see. I don't think he did anything. He bailed.
I probably didn't.
Yeah.
There is some good footage on that though. I guess it just.
Switch 3.
Switch 3.
Anyway, that's cool. And then what? Keep going. Let's fucking, what is that? 2019?
19.
Where were you when COVID hit? And what were you doing?
I was actually, when COVID hit, I was in Eric's apartment in Long Beach on a trip. So I actually moved back to Michigan because my past relationship, me and my girl had an apartment in Long Beach. And then once we were like kind of done with the apartment, we were kind of over Long Beach. So we moved. She was from North Carolina. So I moved to North Carolina with her. But I was actually on a trip to Long Beach. I remember sitting in Eric's apartment and the news was on saying that they're going to shut down the airports and all that. And I'm like, Eric, what do I do, bro? Like, do I leave? Like, do I stay? Because I thought they were going to, shut. I was going to be stuck in California.
Yeah.
So I was there. I think I actually left too. I left the next day, booked a flight once I saw that on the radio. So most of the COVID was Michigan, just staying in Michigan, working mostly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I really stopped riding a lot. This is when I moved back to North Carolina because there was nothing out there. Yeah. The only time I was riding is when I flew out to California or Michigan.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was in a part of North Carolina, in the Outer Banks area where there's no sidewalks. There's no, they have skate parks, but they're all built for skateboarders. So nothing is really fun to ride. There's not a street spot I had to drive an hour and 35 minutes to Virginia Beach to street ride.
Damn.
That was my closest street. So I didn't do much then. It was mostly just when I would fly back to California. So that's when I kind of like knew like, okay, it's just kind of, starting to go slower, but
Yep.
I was all right with it, because I was like, man, I had so much fun in my early 20s. It basically stopped like 27 years old is when I was like, okay, I'm gonna start to chill a little bit now.
Do something different, yeah.
Do something
Which is
different. That's
totally
when the car
cool and
thing
respectable. Like people hate on Nate. Nate told me, on the podcast that he retires. There was a clip that said, I don't know if you know, but I retired from BMX. And the amount of comments where people are like, fuck that, never give up on fucking BMX. I'm like, bro, chill, dude. Like, move on. If you want to move on, it's crazy. That fucking
Right. It's like that's where it's also like I'm happy that I have a second hobby with cars. Because I couldn't imagine what I would do if I was just a BMX hobby rider. What do I do when I can't ride?
identity? It's your whole life. Right. I've watched a couple of friends go through that where it's just like, wait, who am I then?
Right.
Like
what happens when it's done?
Yeah.
Who are you? What do you do? So that's why I'm so happy that I do like the car stuff, because when I didn't do BMX as much, I was doing car stuff, which still made me happy. I'm doing something I'm passionate about. So like it kept that like fuel going.
So where are you in cars compared to like, how in BMX you can be flow, you can be in the scene. Are you involved in the car scene? And if so, like
I'm actually pretty involved in it. The car scene is really weird. There's clubs, there's shows that go on. So like I've taken my car to many shows right now too. So I'm into stance cars. I don't know if you know what stance cars are, but if you've ever seen the wheels, stance, yeah, the wheels are like tilted like this. Yeah, it's as low as you can to the ground.
Okay, let's see. I'll show the folks at home. These are stance cars.
Typical lowrider, and I own a Miata too. So
cool. Let's see what happens if I type.
Probably won't pop up.
Fucking loser, dude. Get it together.
It's funny. There's my tire though.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, stance cars. That's cool.
Yeah, it's just real low stuff. It's just low rider stuff.
What's the point? Why do you have the angles? Why the tires are out like that?
Get as low as you can.
So for lowness. Okay, I get it.
Yep. It's just so you can get the car like mine's probably 2 inches off the ground right now.
Doesn't that fuck the bottom of your car up? Why would you want to do that?
You have
to put like metal. You have to put like protecting plates on the bottom, and then that's what sparks.
I've got skid plates welded up underneath.
Skid plates, okay.
And tires don't last long. It's fun though. I'm getting more into the drifting aspect now because like the stancing is kind of like a younger kid thing. Like it's cool. It's like flashy. People break their necks. Like what the fuck is that? It looks like a spaceship driving by. But now I'm more into like I'm getting into the auto sports, like super into drifting now because all my homies drift too. So I'm getting really into that. I've got my own simulator that I hook up right here next to the computer. So I do.
Is that what Devin's into too?
Simulator? Yeah. Oh yeah, Devin's actually because he had a 350Z that he was drifting for a while too. Yep.
I remember talking to him and seeing his simulator set up at home, and I'm like, that's some real nerd shit. You love
driving. It's so fun
to drive a car.
It's so fun.
Yeah, I fucking love pretending to drive, man.
I love being a nerd.
But I feel like it checks out. Like you do that, and it really is very similar to what it is in the car. Just add the G forces, and then you're fucking drifting.
Dude, that's literally what it is. There's videos of people out there too that there's like a guy. He was a pro sim driver for 2.5 years. Jumps in a professional drift car.
Easy,
flawless. He was fine.
That's
so it's it's so fun. Cool. Like eventually, I would like to get into drifting, but it's big money.
Yeah,
big money.
Did you see the OnlyFans sticker on Devin's bike?
At on his T-shirt, and I'm like,
"Let's go, dog."
Devin, you selling pigs on your feet, brother?
Get the money, baby. Get the money. I think he's just promoting OnlyFans. I don't know how one gets the OnlyFans deal, but I'm fucking stoked for him when I saw that. I was like, "Let's go."
Hey, get your money, boo boo.
Yeah, for real. Speaking of money,
because I seen it on Eddie's story.
Hell yeah,
Eddie's story, and I was like, "Oh hell yeah, that's fire."
Devin Smiley, OF.
Hell yeah.
What's the most amount of money you got from BMX?
It's actually,
you win a contest or anything?
It's funny because it was actually not even through like any of the companies, just through Instagram. Reels play.
And the Reels bonuses back in the day. Yeah.
Dude. So it was the first or second time. So like it did it by like a month. You had like a month to post a certain amount of videos or whatever. And the most I think it was like, I want to say it was like $2,400 in 1 month just from the Reels play. And I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't checking up on it, but randomly one day I checked up on it and it was like, it skyrocketed. I was like, oh, what the fuck? I'm like, okay, cool.
Sick.
That's tight. That's tight. Yeah, it's like, I know there's like dudes out there that are like, "Damn, $2,400, that ain't shit." Or even like with my contract, $700 a month. Like people are like, what the fuck? But it's like, for me at the time, that was a lot. That was like $700. I could make that last a long, because like I was telling you, I was eating chicken littles every day. So for $700, that's a lot of chicken littles.
For real. It's interesting to think about the money. Like it just, I don't think that's going on with Instagram now. Like you're not going to make money from Reels at this point.
No, that's what sucks too. After I made that big ass chunk, it was like a certain amount of views that I needed. So it was like, I think maybe it was like 250,000 views that I needed for that. And the next one, once it refreshed, I needed 11 million views to make that. Yeah, so they upped it on you, and I'm like, what? I gave up at that point.
Paid too much money. Let's make it harder.
Yeah, let's make it harder. You need, instead of 250,000, you need 11 million views. I'm like, okay. But that's why I kind of like dropped my hope on the Instagram Reels, because everyone was tweaking about it when it first came out. Everyone was like, "Oh, we're getting paid by Reels." Like, yeah, we can do it. But that diminished real fast.
I think it's probably a pretty smart move by Instagram, because it just getting everybody hyped up to do it. They really actually made them compete with TikTok and shit.
Oh yeah, that's very smart move.
Wild world to try and make a living just off of content, because you have to like rely on eyeballs, and that's going to shift. Like you can go set out to like make this type of video, but then you realize, oh, this video gets eyeballs, so you just pivot your entire identity and direction into this direction so that you can make money. And then you sold your soul, and you're like, I don't even know what I'm doing.
Right?
That's wild.
Yeah, there's some. I've been crazy. Even like weed maps. Like I got hooked up by weed maps. Like
yeah, I remember that.
Dude, but it was like it came so fast and like so easy that I knew it wasn't gonna last long. And like that kind of ended a little sour too. Like there was like rumors and stuff that like money was being stolen and contracts. Like we were all promised like $1,200 a month type deal, and then it ended up being a $300 a month contract at the end, which like everyone was like, bitching like, oh, I don't want to fucking sign this. Where I'm like, let me sign away. It's free weed and free money. I don't give a fuck the
pretty
dollar
good.
amount. Like, yeah, you promised us this. Yeah, we're all salty that we didn't get it, but I'm like, sign. I'm good. Let's go.
For real.
And that was cool for a bit, because like we got to go to the like Weed Maps warehouse and stuff, pick out free shit. Like it was cool. It was cool. But yeah, that one.
What is Weed Maps? It's a delivery thing, or is it a whole distribution?
It was like
production.
It was like a delivery thing, but also like a map to like where if you went on Weed Maps, you could look up and it would pull up like a GPS like map of where all the dispensaries are, where you can get certain things, what types of weed you can get. And this Zoom is still tweaking me out.
Now it's doing the same thing.
Every time I pull my hands up and put them back down, it moves around.
I wonder what happened. You can probably control it with like do this, make a little thing.
Oh shit!
I think that works. I saw somebody do it. How big is it? They're big.
It's this big.
All right. Well, since I'm having a beers, I have to pee again. But when we come back, we'll do the classic Kanode Knows questions.
Yeah, let's do it.
BRB. And we're back. We're back into the motherfucking podcast. What were you about to say?
I hope this Zoom doesn't like fuck shit up for you, like editing wise and stuff.
Not at all. I think it'll make the clips more entertaining.
More a little different. You're like, what?
That's crazy that you got a homie to come film your interview.
I know, right?
Imagine paying somebody to just sit there and fucking zoom in on you when you're making a point and shit.
Slowly move it. Oh my god.
Booty groceries, the whole thing, and just like film your nipple and up to the neck.
He's tied right to the chin.
He's fucking. Why is his mouth is just taking up the whole screen, dude? It's art. You wouldn't get it, bro.
Oh shit. Oh, that's funny.
Booty's one that I'm excited to eventually talk to.
Yeah,
dude, he's come up so many times on the podcast. He's a profound man.
Yeah, he's a good dude, and he's also like he's been one of my favorite filmers like to film with too, because he's not. So the biggest thing with me was like filmers and shit. A lot of filmers will try to throw out ideas at you, and like there's different ways to do that. Like there's like filmers I've been with who are like, oh, you should do this, and like the biggest thing BMX riders hate is you telling them what to fucking do.
Yeah,
like,
let me come up with it. It could be the same thing, but let me come up with it.
Right. Let me come over with it. Like, yeah, same like if I were a BMX rider telling you how to film an angle, you know, like
Yeah.
you know what you're doing. It's like,
I think I was gonna land on filming long, but now that you've told me to, I'm gonna go
right.
fish. Fuck you.
So like with Stefan, he'll ask, he won't even like he'll suggest something, and it's like almost like opening your mind up a little bit more. And it's like having another set of eyes instead of telling you, yeah, do this right away. Stefan will be like, okay, that trick is sick, but can you do like maybe a little something after this on this? And it like I'll be like, damn, Stefan, you're actually smart. Yes, let's go do that. Like, yeah, and it's helped
That is
so
a good
many
idea.
times.
Yeah.
So many
How did
times.
you meet him? What was it like meeting the elusive Booty Groceries?
Shit, he was at the beginning of O.S.S days too. He would pop out. That's where I met him. He popped out randomly. I think he was
from?
homies with Brandon at first. I think he was Brandon's homie at first, and he just came around and literally, he wasn't like filming at first either. He was just riding, you know.
Yeah.
And a cool dude, always just rode around Koreatown with him. Like he was in the Koreatown. That's why I say like Koreatown days. That was like the beginning O.S.S days. But he was in the Koreatown days, just hanging out, just being a G, just being a good friend. And then
This
it
is
was
like
it was like cool
stranger?
too because
What's his brief story? Like, where did he come from? And then what was he doing out there during those days?
see, that's the thing. I don't even really know like too much about his story, yeah, because like he's so like kind of like he just kind of like popped up out of nowhere, and he wasn't like anyone that you were just like, who's this guy? He was just like there, but he was good, and he was like cool homie, cool friend.
Yeah.
But I think I forgot who he was living with in the Koreatown days. I don't know if it was his girl or if it was just someone random. Yeah, I don't really know too much about Stefan on his story.
He's a mysterious man.
Dude, he is though.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. The podcast with him would be cool too.
Yeah. If he'll do it.
Yeah. Oh, he'd do it. He should do it.
He's the boy. I've like been in his house. I've hung out with him. I filmed with him, but I still don't know shit about him. It's wild. Like I feel like he's from the Midwest or something, but I could be wrong.
I'm pretty sure he is. Midwest.
Got that Midwest humility to him.
Though. It's like just showing you how much I know about booty.
Do you consider Michigan Midwest?
Yes, and I mean, yeah, because it's like people are, you know, how everyone's like, oh, I'm a Midwest kid. It's like, yo, it's the fucking same here. It is the same here, yo. Like everything, like the style, like the vibes that the Midwest gives, it's like it's the same here. It's just we're fucking a little north.
You're a little bit north.
A little bit north. But yeah, I'd say like Midwest is like, it's here.
I like that you brought up like he was one of my favorite filmers. If you had to pick 3 filmers that you've worked with throughout your career to say they're on your pedestal, who's or the podium? Who's your podium of filmers?
Alex Burnside's number one. Will always be number one till the day I die. Till the day I die, Alex Burnside will be my favorite of all time, number one filmer to work with, to travel with. The dude was the coolest. Like
he's the one who filmed that little prefab thing of you.
Dude, yeah, Burnside was like in the early days. There's videos. I don't know if he still has it on his YouTube channels. It's kind of hard to find some of Burnside's stuff because he had a few channels. But there's like a video of me and him jumping over a little, like, oh my! God.
The people must see this. So we're gonna play this. Look at that opposite.
Look at that normal 3, dude.
This and that picture paper
dude,
plane.
That's my Sabrosa setup. Yeah, Sabrosa. You see that purple? Or maybe it was Shadow. Maybe it might have been Shadow.
Shadow purple accessory. Do you have a purple stem?
Dude, purple.
That shit was the sickest.
Purple stem.
Yeah, that's that Chase Beehart influence.
So that bike, if I have the pink wheels, no, those are the black ones. So my first actual like real BMX bike was a 2009 Chase Hawk Signature in purple and black.
Sick.
That was my dude because Chase was like my number one favorite rider back in the day. Favorite.
Look at this fucking kid. I love the photo montage at the end. I was like, this is wholesome. What I thought about at this one is just like, imagine being this kid's friend and you being like, oh my God, he's like over the building. That's so crazy. Like this is so legit crazy for a kid, you know?
That was one of my favorite photos back in the day too.
This one or the tuck?
The tuck.
Yeah.
And I think there's the candy bar might be in here too.
The what?
There's a candy bar one. There should be. Oh, there's not. There's a fire
Yeah.
photo of me
Yeah.
doing a giant candy bar over that box.
That's sick. Yeah, we all got roots.
OG days.
What was I gonna? Oh, one question that I wrote down that I was like, I'm curious because you've had a bunch of different bike setups. What over the years do you think is your favorite bike with colors and everything? I liked the yellow one from Midnight Creatures. I think you're like bubblegum fucking pink tires and shit. Your little transition phase when you were gay.
Yeah, so I always like to switch it up too. Like so I don't know if you noticed in the Michigan video, my bike changes like
a lot.
I did that on purpose.
Nice.
I would literally take my.
You only filmed for 4 months, but you're like, I'm gonna make it look like it's 4 years.
Dude, I literally changed my bike up and painted it like 10 fucking times that whole time. I always went for like just something like that was cool and different. Nowadays, I don't care anymore. I like just all black, maybe a splash of chrome here and there. But like the biggest thing that changed for me was my stem and bars. That's the only thing that changed throughout. I started on like top load was like big 9.5 rise bars, so my bars are up at my nipples. Like now I ride a front load with a 9 rise and like chop down to 26.5. So like I think my favorite setup honestly might be the yellow one too. The yellow one, or when I went to Austin, Texas, was my black setup with the yellow Primo rims.
Black with yellow is good. I was watching this one earlier and I was just like, this bike looks so fucking sick, dude.
And it was one of my favorite, like that.
I love that
setup. That setup went down. Like
that trick, dude, to be able to ficky pegs an Indian out is so cool looking. That's one of my favorite. It's a classic. Like Edwin doing it. Too. I
always like to go. I go fast.
Yeah,
I like to go fast. Anytime a clip is like real slow, I'm like,
That was a cool fast plant regular 360.
Regular. That's what I could do too. People are like, damn, you can do those so good. Like, yeah, you got no idea.
You got no clue, baby.
No
if you had
clue.
to summarize, what was it like working on this video? I remember because this is shortly after Lightworks, and I was like, real original schmucks, fucking nighttime video. What was it like filming this? I say that because I did a DVD entirely at night, and then
I remember that. That fucking video is great too. Shout out to homie Hayden.
Shout out Hayden. I know Hayden's watching. Hayden. Hi Hayden, I miss you. I love you.
I love Hayden, dude. When I saw him like out there with you guys too, and like getting clips, I'm like, yes, he's with the AZ boys.
He's the man.
But this, I will say one word: cold.
Really?
Holy shit, dude! Yes, you wouldn't think California. I think this was filmed in January. That's
the coldest it'll be in California.
Yeah, we filmed this in 11 days. Well, my part was filmed, and I was there for 11 days.
Wow, really?
Literally 11 days we filmed.
So what was it like during the day? Were you like, all right, we just got to chill and sleep and wait until?
I mean, we still did our thing. We were riding still. Like some of us were trying to save our energy and stuff, but most of the time it was just do your normal day, and we would have like a plan set up. Like, okay, hey, we're meeting up at so-and-so's house. If we're meeting up at Rich's place, or if we're meeting up, we're all picking each other up in the vans or cars or whatever, and then going to school, spot to spot. So like most of these clips are like 10 o'clock past. Some of them are like 3-4 in the morning too.
Those are the best times.
Times. Like this is probably like 1 a.m. in a school.
Yeah.
Same with that one.
It's a real feeling. Like when else in life are you going to be hanging out at an elementary school trespassing at 1 a.m? It's like
super late at night. This video, I love this one. I love
I'm still telling this feels like one of your only parts after you know what I mean, like it.
Yeah,
I don't know, dude. I would love to see your shit combined into a super cut of your
super collab
the past 8 years of just being involved, because you've done a lot and it's just not all pieced together.
Yeah, it's like it's all scattered all over the place. That's what I said to people too. It's like it's all scattered. It's not like where you can look up my name and find it on YouTube, but like it's just kind of like spotted my whole BMX video career.
Let's do a Connor Keating BMX search.
Yeah, the back home one I filmed with my homie Dylan.
This was pretty fun.
I think this was my last one that I filmed, like my last like little part that I really wanted to kind of work on, but we just didn't have much time. So I just got as much as I could, and this is all near spots near me in Michigan that we would just drive to on a day after work too. He worked at a Concentra, so like he has full-time job, and I'm doing my job. after work, we just go out and ride. This is one of my favorite clips I've ever filmed.
Manny, gap
'cause the
90
spot.
wall ride to fakie. Yeah, pretty great spot use.
Because you don't see it. You don't see it coming.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait, what?
Wait, what? I agree.
Yeah, this part definitely I liked for sure. It's like I put in a little bit of time.
I'll tell you this. This has come up when I ask riders what trick they would get rid of. A very common one was on a flat rail, pegs to crook. Get rid of that. And I can see the argument, but when it's on a kink, this is acceptable.
Thank you. You can only do it on a kink.
Yeah.
You can only do it on a kink. That's the only way you can do a pegs to crook is if you have a kink in the middle of the rail.
For real. God, I'm jealous of Smith Hards, dude. That's a good one.
Yeah, Smith Hards been one of my favorite tricks.
That just reminded me, the Albie shirt reminded me of earlier I was going to ask, where is Albie's based and how did you link up with them?
Yeah, so Albie's was based, I think it was in Warren at first. They had this nice little shop. And they actually just moved to Clawson, Michigan. They got a brand new shop, which is like
sick.
Upgrade times 10 for them. And like now they carry skateboards. They basically carry stuff. So before it was like an OG like BMX place. Like you were only getting BMX parts. So you could get some race parts and stuff. But now it caters to like the kids too. Like people who come in, the families, they see skateboards, they see shoes, they see the clothes, they see all
fingerboards,
so
fingerboards, fucking finger bikes. That shit's popping right now. It's crazy.
Yeah. So like I met up with them through just like little ass kid. That's where I bought my first bike too. The Chase Hawk was at Albie's. Just going there. And then as you get older, you know, you start to meet the guys and you're hanging out at the shop just because it's the BMX dudes. You know, you want to hang out all the BMX dudes. So I would go up and I'd just go play pool with the guys. They had a pool table in there. I'd go just play pool, shoot the shit, you know, watch BMX videos, you know, search through all of the magazines, stare at the showcase and be like, oh, what would I build? You know, if I could just take whatever. That was all the time, going out there for parts. And then I think it was maybe one day he was like, yo, you want to go on a trip? Jump in the Albie's fucking fuck bus and go to I think it was Baco.
Sick.
We went to Baco. I think the first trip was Baco that they took me on. And that was fucking insane. We got like 22 fucking people, 22 bikes, just all ratchet strapped to the roof of this short bus. Dude.
The short bus, dude.
Yes. They literally had a short bus, dog. And
it's called the short bus, baby.
Dude, it was great times with the fucking Albie's guys going on trips. I remember playing CeeLo, like gambling my life away on the center of the bus with all the homies.
Yes, dude.
Drunk as hell. I remember we went downtown Chicago and we had to literally pull over to the side, pull all the bikes off the roof because like we couldn't get underneath this bridge. Like, dude, good fucking times with the Albie's dudes. Good times. Shout out to Flip. He's helped out a lot. Like giving me parts, taking me out on these trips, like just inviting me is just enough, you know what I'm saying? Like,
getting the scene going and inviting kids that have potential on trips is huge. Like it's
huge.
I want to say they're unsung heroes, but I think their praises are sung enough. But like the Albie's, the Unity Ride Shop, the local shop that like makes shit happen is where it's at. It's a passageway.
Yeah, not all heroes wear capes.
Yeah, yeah.
He's one.
Some heroes just wear Albie's shirt.
I love this fucking crank arm too. This one felt so good. So good.
Easy. You didn't adjust at all. That's wild.
Nothing. And that's what's crazy too. I felt like I was gonna fall on my face because I was standing so straight up.
Yeah. Yubi. That's my boy.
Yubi.
And Corey.
Grant and Corey.
God damn. Heads.
Love those dudes.
Corey,
shout out to Corey and like Nick and them.
I love Corey Burgowski. I hated him when he was out here. I thought he was so annoying. He'll even say it. I was just, Jesus Christ, this kid is so hungry. It's annoying. But he's so good.
If it wasn't for Nick and Corey, like I feel like I wouldn't have like some of my style too that I do because like
icons
during the TMD days, like who was I looking up to was Nick and Corey because those were they were already sponsored too. Like once Corey got like iPath and he was I think on season.
Yeah.
And then like Nick got Sabrosa and shit. It was like, yo, like, and these are my homies. Yeah, look at this.
He went in for this. Is this where the triple kinked up rail? Yep. This is the one.
Yep.
Rest in peace to that spot.
I think that's that season frame too, might have been.
Yeah. This is the Corey that I knew and hated.
Savage on a bike.
I love Corey, dude. definitely is a passion. Like I almost started to love him even more when he just became a salty guy on Instagram talking about it, because he started doing woodworking and making a living and shit.
Yeah,
and
yeah, yep.
Seeing him complain on his story is one of my few joys in life right now.
It's crazy too. People don't give him his flowers too, because like a lot of people
He
don't
deserves
realize.
flowers, dude.
Dude, this guy was like next level and was doing shit that. So like, for instance, Ice Hard 3.
Yeah,
Ford was one of
on
the
the curved
first
one
people
in
to
the
do
Michigan video, right?
Yep. Yeah, he was one of the first to do it, and like,
unbelievable.
So I know there's many more things like where Corey was like the first, but like, people just don't like give him his flowers. Like, people don't realize this dude was a fucking animal.
You know what's wild to think about is the the hate on. It was literally named after him, the Rogowski pull up out of a Smith. Like to do a Smith hard, the Rogowski pull up.
Yep.
I filmed him doing a trick at a famous spot out here where it's the baseball field ledges. Have you been to Arizona?
I haven't. That's what sucks, dude. I haven't been to all these fucking great spots, and I know exactly
super famous one with a flat rail on top of a ledge, and there's two of them. And he did Smith on the ledge to pop over, pegs to hop over, and I was just like, fucking incredible.
How the guy would literally do a Smith and pop up, and he could like hop over like 6 feet to the right.
Yes.
Like how
unreal.
Yeah, bro. Like this video, bro. I used to watch this video all the time.
Hell yeah.
All the time. And I'm just like, man, I need to get out to fucking Arizona.
It's wild. It's a fucking, I don't know where I was when I made this. I think I was living in Tempe, and Network A, my connection was Justin Cosman, and he was just like, yeah, I'll give you a couple $100 if you film some videos. So I was incentivized to go make shit at skate parks, and it's wild to think about this. I sent them this without those texts. They edited the text. Oh, really? Yeah. Whip.
There it is, dude. Typical Corey Rogowski Smith, baby.
I'm going to change my settings real quick so I can. Let's see. I just can't remember what song was in it, but anyway, whatever.
I used to watch
shout out Corey Rogowski. That's the point of that. And
Corey and Nick Bolin, man, that guy.
He had something different in that. What was it? What do you think makes Nick Bolin special with his writing and his personality?
It was like it was like raw. It was real raw. Like, and I feel like Nick didn't fucking try too hard. Nick was just riding, just having good fun with like all of us. But like it was just like, I don't know. He had like a timeless style. He could ride dirt. He could ride some park, and he could fucking tear up the streets too. So like, no matter where you went, like Nick had something. And he was also doing some fucking crazy shit too, like doing 180 back ices and stuff before 180 back ices.
He was early.
Huge. Yeah. So he was like starting to do some crazy shit too. So like seeing those two like progress the way they were, like also kind of like gave me like fuel to like, damn, these guys are killing it. Like, because I was with them like all the time, especially in the TMV days. So like, I owe it fucking to Nick and Corey, those dudes, man. If it wasn't for them too.
Here's an example of Nick at the park. Just he can ride.
Treading, dude. Treading. The gloves, dude.
Yeah, the gloves are sick. He was classic.
He just had good style too. That's what I liked about him. He had good style.
Yeah. He was very good to hang out with too.
There's a video, I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's on Vimeo. It's Albies at Modern Skate Park. That whole video is like Chase Kralicki, Corey Rogowski, Nick Bolin, me, Jason Govan, Jeremy Barger, like a few other dudes. But that's one of my like favorite like older videos that I've filmed. And like there's clips in there like Corey just insane. Nick's got a couple fucking crazy ones in there. I've got one of my favorite crank arm clips that's ever in there. It's a switch hanger crank arm 180 on like this 11-foot tall rail.
Man, I want to share how frustrated I am. I'm typing in Vimeo Albies.
Albies? Just do Albies?
Literally nothing.
What the fuck?
Nothing comes up.
Or go on Google. If you do it on Google, it'll pop up. Because I've always noticed that.
Pops up for I was just testing it. Yeah.
That's weird. Yeah, I always go to Google and just look up Albies at Modern.
Yeah. Albies BMX night at Modern Skate Park. That seems like a fire for an event.
Well, that's just those are the newer events. Yeah.
Modern Skate and Turf thanks to Albies. Is this? No, that's a video.
I'm gonna have to find it now.
Oh, yeah, dude, it's crazy how Vimeo fumbled it. Like they could have been up there with YouTube, but whatever. Whatever, dog. You can send me the link, email.
Let's see.
Email and we'll watch.
Wow, it's not even here no more. Oh, here it is. Look up Albie's BMX crew at Modern. Posted February 10th, 2014. That one, dude, there's some savage riding in this one. Especially Corey just whipping around in this bowl. That bowl is terrifying in real life.
I bet.
And he rides it like it's nothing.
That's the thing about that type of riding is just the videos don't do it any justice.
do not,
You watch
no,
somebody like
they do
Corey
not.
Walsh ride, and it's just like, or Chris Fox, like those boys it's next level shit.
Dudes that were going like 30 feet over coping. Not 30 feet, but you know
In
what I
a
mean?
bowl,
They're flying. I can
In
barely
a
do
full bowl, they're
2.5,
going
3
30
feet over coping. Damn, little Billy too. Little homie Billy.
Damn,
he was
this
probably
was-
like fucking young here.
This is really good quality video for 10 years ago.
This Burnside, baby.
Let's go, Burnside.
Dude knows what he's doing.
Makes me want to make a proper HD video in the future. I'm never doing a full length again after Mediocre too, but maybe a short project.
Yeah, short project.
What's Chase up to? What's Chase Krillicki up to?
I haven't talked to him in a while. To be honest with you, I don't know. I think he might be still be riding.
What about
he might be doing the job thing too now.
Yeah, of course. We all gotta grow up. But what's I know Corey's doing the wood stuff. Do you stay in touch with him at all?
A little bit. I'll see him here and there. Like I've ran into him. Where the fuck did I run into him? I ran into him somewhere. I think it actually was Modern when I ran into him. We were just talking here and there. But yeah, he's just doing his thing, woodworking, just living.
That's a legend right there, Ryan Word.
Ryan Word, greatest human ever. I love that guy. Even the homie Eric Tromley, he was real good. But he went off to, do some job stuff, working on race cars and stuff. He does a lot of fab work now.
Yeah. Burnside, this is amazing. I hope Burnside listens to this.
I hope Burnside listens.
This is ahead of its time with how high quality it is.
I even not too long ago, a few months ago maybe, I hit up Burnside. I was like, yo, we should you ever thought of filming another video? So that would be cool. Just get cool. My vision is to try to get all the homies back together. So Nick, Corey, Jason, Dylan Thayer, because he was an OG too, like Jamie Thayer. Anyone that was in the scene with us during TMV, come film a video.
Yeah, dude. Bring it back.
Jamie's now on Sabrosa and Shadow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jamie Thayer.
It's cool as fuck to see in this video all the homies and now Jamie's on that.
It's a cycle.
Man.
Hey, there you are.
Yeah, this is where I do go crank arm combo.
Here's Nick Bolin. Oh. Come on, internet. What the fuck?
Yeah, Nick's got a cool ass clip in here, which even the video doesn't do it justice. He does this toboggan to Smith, but the gap is huge in real life. In camera, it doesn't look big, but it is giant in real life.
Brother, I'm gonna punch Vimeo. I pay a lot of money for my internet. I know it's
that's just Vimeo too, I swear sometimes. Because of quality. It's got HD on, man.
All right, that's fine. Fuck it. It didn't want us to see Nick Bowen. Oh, here it is.
There he is.
Yeah. Boom.
And
beautiful.
He was a crank arm.
Look at baby Connor. Yeah, that shit's ahead of its time. All the crank arm shit. What were the videos that you saw that influenced you? Do you remember the Woodward video of Simone where he did crank arm, gap, crank arm? Wait, is that a Mediocre at Best shirt?
Dude, it might have been.
Jacob Bolin. Bro, it is.
It is.
Get the fuck out of here. That's sick.
Yeah. Nick's little brother, Jake.
Get the fuck out of here. That's amazing.
Dude, this guy's savage. He was savage.
Damn, that just made my day. Seeing a Mediocre at Best shirt right there. I'm going to take a picture.
In a video in 2014.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Sick. That's wild.
Yeah, these clips, that's a tall hop to manual, and then whip nothing.
Just a powerhouse.
That
was always mind blowing seeing him do those. Yeah.
What? What? And this is when I had a cassette here. Pop the chain off so I could do.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, this is when I started to and then this is Scott Wire. He works at Albie's. He's been working at Albie's for a minute.
Okay, he's got them cranks.
And we gotta go.
I'm curious about the whole Albie's operation. You should connect me with Flip so he can.
Yeah, of course. Yo, yeah, that would be
Cool.
awesome. Flip is dude. He's such a good dude to chop it up with.
I've known of him for 18 years at this point.
And there is a lot of history behind it.
Nollie Ice
I
Easy.
think a clip's coming up.
Classic
Like
Nick right
that.
there. I've
Oh
definitely.
my-
I feel like this is the point in time where I'm filming him too. Like
That
that.
clip.
That
Bang.
all looks familiar. Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Bruh.
This is my Nick balling right here. This is my boy. That's substantial. Yep.
Dude, it's huge in person.
That ain't nothing.
Or in the bar ice.
Wow, I tell you what. All right. Okay, Banger Connor. Nice.
Well,
Who's your favorite tuck no hander?
Ooh. Favorite tuck no hander.
I love that combo, by the way. Just a classic.
People Smith Phoebes.
Yeah.
The banger was my favorite.
Boom.
Tall ass rail.
That's a big one to send that on.
Damn, a favorite tucker. I feel like it would have to be probably Chase. Probably Hawk. Because that's
Classic,
the reason he was the reason why I did tucks. Was because of him.
Do it.
Yeah.
My
Tommy
favorite
Dugan.
tucker is Tucker Carlson. Just kidding. He's not a BMX rider. He's a fucking political commentator.
Wait, what?
He just went, wait.
Dugan's got some good ones, but it's funny because I related to Dugan because I used to see Dugan. He would do the cherry picker, so you go straight down.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. I did the straight down stuff. So I was like, okay, sick. I'm not the only one who does it.
Yeah. Same with Nathan, right?
Huh?
Nathan Williams back in the day was straight down.
Yes, Nathan Williams. I should have known that. He was straight down, like touching.
He was the beginning of that trend. That became a thing for years where people are trying to copy Nathan Williams. Fucking.
That's crazy. That's so funny because I used to get flamed for doing that. People were like, no, put your arms out to the side, not down. Bald eagle.
It's easily one of the most unrelatable things to me because I've never done a no-hander in any form.
You've never done a tuck?
No.
That's one of the most. It's a fun one.
I like watching it and it makes sense, but I don't know. My excuse is I'm too big. Like it's hard for a tall guy to tuck his bars or whatever.
I like doing doubles too. Double tucks are really fun.
Yeah. What's a double? Oh, like tuck, back, tuck.
Grab it, do it again. Yeah.
Cool, like a little birdie.
Crazy when I do those.
Like a little birdie.
It's kind of easy. You just gotta do it fast.
Yeah. Just
coming into basically when you're like coming back from the second tuck coming in, most of the time your nose is like in, so it feels like you're gonna over rotate. It's a little sketchy. But yeah,
what was I looking at? The thought I had just tonight was like your head is over your bars when you're doing the tuck no hander, and then that reminded me of seeing the picture of you doing a fakey wall ride on like a piece of glass on your Instagram, and your head is just like, if this is your handlebars, it's like here. Right, this is a wild peeling trick.
Funny, that photo I actually did. I scraped my forehead on my tire trying that.
Damn.
That was in downtown LA. I remember that. I went up. It was like a capped bank, and then I think it's what is it? They look like cinder blocks, but they're like glass marble. Yeah. I'm up I remember going up the first time, and it kind of double dribbled the front wheel and smacked me in the face.
That trick is one of the ones where it looks so cool, but it does not feel as cool as it looks.
Yeah, no,
you know
especially that one. That picture looks fire, but that did not feel good.
Did you go back into the bank, or did you go out to flat?
I went into the bank, even fakey
back
into the bank
too. That's wild.
Yeah, it was scary.
On that note, what do you think is the trick that looks cool but does not feel good?
Looks cool, doesn't feel good. Tail whips.
Yeah, I was gonna say we covered this already. Tail whips.
Tail whips. I'd say tail whips, or if I had to pick another one, for me, turn downs. Personally, I know other people can do them. For me, I hate the way they feel, and that's why I don't do them as much too. Because I've eaten multiple times from them. You know, when you turn and then it catches your shirt, and you're stuck, and you can't do nothing. That's me my whole time trying them. So,
fuck turn downs,
dude. Turn downs and look backs. Like I can do look backs, which is weird, but I can't do a turn down. Like a turn down straight.
That's cool anyway.
I can't do it. Yeah, look back on a quarter. I can crank those things. But also because I'm shit-footed with my airs. Go to the right with my airs so I can do look back.
Because that's your regular way of spinning.
Regular. But yeah, I think turn downs because they look cool. But for anyone else, that's probably like one of the easiest tricks. So I guess you really couldn't say that. But I guess we'll stick with the tail whip.
Yeah.
Tail whip. And a back. I'll say backflip. Fuck backflips. They look cool, but those fucking suck, bro. Those suck.
That's
done a
something
few
I've
in my
never
time.
experienced. The backflip. I've never experienced literally ever. Like underwater, I've done like a floating backflip, but never jumped to do a backflip. Which
Dude, they suck. They suck so
you're
bad.
tripping. That's got to feel so cool. Just yeet. It does. I think probably. I think you're right. It probably looks way cooler than it feels. It doesn't feel
It
like
looks
much.
so cool. You're like,
Yeah.
damn, you just fucking full rotate.
You
No,
done
when
flipped
you
in bicycle. I tell
when
you.
you take off from that lip, it's like I just remember holding on for dear life and just yank. That was it. And everyone's like, "Oh, you got to spot your landing." How? It's a fucking blur for me.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for backflips. It's like the same with like flares.
I'm looking at my questions and I'm like, we fucking covered it all. I'd like to know who you think your favorite. So the behind the scenes of this question is I got a notification for an old Instagram video where I asked Dakota, who are your favorite spot-based riders? Like riders who aren't necessarily the craziest, but they have the best spots in their videos. Who do you think is your top 2, 3 spot-based
Brandon
riders?
Began's number one. That dude. Some of the things that I can think of, and then like spots. He just posted a clip. I think it was yesterday. He did a hanger on this bench.
Yeah, that was fire.
His left peg goes on the other side, does a rocket, but like for the quickest thing,
a roller coaster hanger.
Dude, stuff like that gets so overlooked. People are just like, I can do that. It's a hanger. But it's like, yeah, you may be able to do that. But dude, that was like
you would never decide to do that there. Yeah.
Yeah, like so I'd say him, Simone, because Simone is on like another level of just what the fuck.
Yeah.
You know, it's like insane. Third one, I'm trying to think of. I'd say maybe, damn, Alex Donachie is like up there too with like fucking crazy spots, and he's like one. I love fucking Alex too. He's on another level. Like we were sitting in.
Oh, that BSD mixtape was so fucking good.
And I love that he films too. And he does it so good too.
Yep.
Like he's such a good dude. Like I remember one day we were in downtown LA. Everyone's fucking cooked. Someone's trying to go get a clip, right? What is Alex doing over here in the corner? He's doing bunny hop bar spins. Bunny hop bar spin. Bunny hop bar spin. Bunny hop bar spin. Bunny hop switch bar spin. Bunny hop switch. He's like training.
He's practicing.
I'm like, what? This guy's like seriously over here training, but most humble fucking dude ever. I love Alex. Yep. But yeah, I'd say Alex for sure because like some of the stuff he does and like one of my favorite tricks he does and I still have yet to do it. I want to do it. Switch hanger, crank arm, switch 180, back crook.
Oh yeah, the crook.
Dude, that ever since he did that, I was screaming at my phone the first time I saw that.
What? So good. Yeah.
What?
And you've been training the first part of that forever. You need to do that.
That's what I'm saying. I need to do that. I need it. But yeah, I'd say those three for sure. Like Brandon takes the cake for sure though. Even seeing him like when I first came to California, riding with him, like that dude's style. Yeah, it's grimy. Yeah, it may be sloppy sometimes, but dude, it's stylish and it's like he uses his fucking brain. Yeah, which is crazy. He sees things differently. Like we go to a spot, me and Brandon will tear up a spot, right? But I'm doing something completely different than what he's doing, which is sick. I love like the diversity of someone's brain seeing something different than the way I see it.
And I think I'm with you so much on that. In that, I was thinking about it when I was watching the park and the dirt, and I was just like, so what is it about street that I love so much? Because I feel like I am, street, and it is the art of like. It's not like what's the best trick you can do out of this quarter pipe. It's like, look at this weird industrial complex. What can you come up with that's unique and cool? And it's like that. Mm-hmm. There's a real art to that, which is cool.
It's like the freedom. It's an endless endless playground of just freedom. You have freedom. There's no restrictions. There's nothing. No one's judging you. It's you, the spot, and your brain create something in a trick that you want to, express. And that's why I love street so much.
It's like you become a painter and you get your, what's it called? Spatula? Your palette. You get your palette, and then as you're growing up, you learn all the tricks, and those are all your different colors. And then you take your little thing to the spot, and you're like, I'll do this here. And it's just like
that was a good analogy. I like that. That was a good analogy. Hell yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. That's when you can tell somebody's like next level. Simone is a perfect example.
Yeah.
And Beacon, of course. Like, I don't know. I feel like all the most talented writers were at one point just like park rats or plaza rats, just like learning all the tricks. But then you realize there's levels to it, and you can like do those things. You can make it pretty far with a small amount of tricks if you just do spots,
For sure. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
What about, so on the opposite of that, who's your favorite trick-based rider? Who's somebody that like they don't really have the eye for it, but they can do fucking everything? I was Stevie Churchill. Like,
dude?
Yeah, Stevie's fucking the trick god.
Stevie is fucking insane. Like, it's hard to say it too, where it's like they don't see the spots, because I feel like everyone sees the spot to a certain point.
Yeah, but some dudes will admit it. Like Matt Ray at first, especially, was like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, let me tell you what to do.
Just fucking send some shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could see definitely Stevie being one, because that motherfucker, he'd pull up to the spot and be like, I'm trucking it. You know?
Yeah,
like do
exactly.
something fucking crazy.
Is a 3-whip good?
Damn, I'm trying to think of like someone that would be fucking nuts, because like I can't say Garrett because he's got the eye for the spot,
taste,
but his tricks are like, huh? Like I can't say it because he looks at spots too. So, damn, that's actually a good ass question, huh?
It's almost like the answer should be insulting. Like it's like, oh, you think I'm the trick guy?
Right. I don't even think I could fucking come up with one. You said Stevie. I'm like, oh yeah, that's perfect.
Stevie, Matt Ray, fucking
Matt Ray.
Who else have I come
thought
across?
Matt Ray was like pretty decent with seeing spots though, but
I
haven't been around him.
And
now,
these all are. Stevie's decent with it, but it is funny because it's just like you're way too capable. For me, Hayden Schimmel is one. He didn't have the touch. I had to coach him.
He would always fucking send some shit too, for sure. Yeah.
He's the one to admit it. He's like, man, I don't know, I just can do this, and I'm like, well, do this here. You know, like it's fun to be able to be the coach and play the video game with them.
Yeah, that's sick. Dude, Hayden used to be crazy too back in the day at TRP. He was doing like decade bar spins, like 360 decades. He was full
ultimate park rat shit. Yeah,
full park rat. I think he still has the video. I filmed it on his phone of him doing it's either a triple or a quad bar spin straight. But we went fucking nuts when he landed it.
Hell yeah,
man! I'm gonna have to find that video from him.
Fucking shout out Hayden.
Hell yeah.
What else do I want to know? Who's your favorite park rider? Did I ask you this already? No.
Favorite park rider? Man, I've been like out of the park scene too.
I know, right? When I was watching it on the Olympics, I was just like, I've never heard of half of these dudes.
I was just saying, there's probably so many new riders.
Kieran Riley, Anthony Jean is fucking peak right now.
See, I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, it's a different world. You got to tune in, fucking pay attention.
Dude. Like, my park riders were pretty much like Webby and fucking Harry Main. And,
that's a generation ago. That's wild.
Fuck, what's his name too? Logan
Martin.
Logan Martin.
Yeah.
Fucking quad whip like. No, you want to go back further? Mike Spinner. Good old fucking ballpark Frank Spinner.
Yeah, dude, good for him. It's nice to see Mike Spinner's success.
What other park ride? I know there's one. Like I said too, I'll fucking remember it later and I'll text you and be like, bro, I wish I would have said this.
No, it was this guy. I swear to God.
It was this.
No, but Kieran Riley, for example, he's the one. You've seen the clip of him doing a triple flare on a big ass.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Riley from the UK.
I didn't know he was like in it like that. That's sick.
He's a short GQ model looking ass motherfucker going so fast and so. You know who's the sickest? Is Rim Takamura. He's Sabrosa boy, Sabrosa shout out, and from Japan, and just like doing stylish shit, but also the biggest tricks. I'll send you the video that I watched, the Olympic qualifiers. And it was like, let's go.
Also, speaking on Sabrosa, who the younger Japanese kid?
Yeah, Dice K.
He's like
11. Dice 2K. It looks like you say it Daisuke, but it's called Dice K, and he's like 10 years old and doing
10 years old
Smiley swag ass fucking full cab bars and shit. Yeah,
like insane. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like I was saying earlier, like this generation, like all these kids are coming out of nowhere. I'm like, yo, I wasn't even thinking about doing that until I was like 18, 19 years old. This kid's doing it at 10.
For real though.
Insane, dude.
You know, you want to hear a name drop? The way I learned how to pronounce Dice K is from Van Homan.
Really?
Yeah. Let's see. Dice K BMX. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is him. No, this might not be him. No, this is Dice K, but who's the fucking young kid? So he's definitely a part of Moto Blanca. Let's see if we can see it.
I think it's definitely part of Moto.
It's not Dice K. What is the young buck's name, dude? It's on the tip of my tongue.
It's crazy because it always comes up. Like when I'm just scrolling.
He's gotta be here somewhere. There he is.
There he is.
Sasuke. That's
So,
it wasn't a Daisuke, it's a Sasuke.
I can tell you right now, just from that clip too, like the way he rides too. He already has steez. He's already got like that bike control.
Yeah.
The way he stands on his bike, he's like, you can tell like the way he rides. He's already got the bike control. He's already got the steez.
Just the way he adjusted is like
yes,
word. Yeah.
Yes, he has that.
You either got it or you don't. And Sasuke's got it.
Dude, he has got it. Like, what? At 10, 11, however old he is, I wasn't doing that.
Honestly.
I was playing with Hot Wheels still.
My car goes fast. Vroom, vroom.
If anything, the only thing I was doing at 10 years old was jumping an X Factor kicker from lawn to lawn. That was it.
Man, I didn't start riding until I was 16. Like, it's crazy to think about kids. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really start like BMX riding until I was like 15, 16, but like I was always jumping my fucking mongoose on ramps back in the day. You know, we had a bike shop that had trails behind it. Jack's bike shop had some dirt jumps in the back we'd go hang out at. So
and you go, wee. All right. If you could, we'll just get the classics. We can go in 2.5 hours. It's time to wrap it up. If you could wave a magic wand and make one trick never be able to be done again, ever, kill a trick for the rest of the time, what trick are you killing?
Ooh, that's a good one. Well, so I'll say 2, but one of them isn't really a trick. Pull-up bars.
Out of here.
Pull-up bar era.
Get out of here.
And I was part of it. I supported it, and I was like, get this shit the fuck out of here. Now I see, I'm like, what am I doing, bro? This is weird ass shit. I don't like. What is it? It's like, it was the feeble to ice or ice feeble, one of the two, where it's like. It doesn't. It's kind of like the double
cheating.
peg.
Yeah, it's not even a thing. Yeah, it's like feeble to hop up.
Yeah, it's the same thing. That needs to go. Too many people do it. Way too many people do it.
Did you say feeble to ice?
Is it feeble to ice? No.
Nose block to ice? No.
It might be.
Because like that bothers me a little bit too. Is somebody's like, I just did a nose block to ice, but it's kind of just like a weird feeble.
Yeah, something with an ice combo is like, no, stop doing that.
Yeah. And it's, you know, what's a hard trick to pull off and make it look good is like an ice to hop up nose, because it's pretty tough to not make it an ice feeble nose manual.
Right. I mean? Yep.
There's rules to this shit, dude. It's freestyle, but there's rules.
There are some rules. Like the grass thing. The grass thing still sticks with me today.
Because of rodeo peanut.
Dude, it still sticks with me to this day. Because like honestly, like you can roll in grass. So if you do there's like levels though. Because if you did like some crazy ass fucking gap where you like whipped it, right? It's like a crazy landing. Grass is okay. But if it's like a ledge to grass and you land in grass, get that shit out of here. I've always stood by the grass thing. But like all those other rodeo peanut like rules, I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
It's funny the grass one, because like if you think about it from a skateboarder's perspective, they're like, holy shit, you can land in the grass. You should land in the grass. But we're like, no, it doesn't count because it's not fucking dangerous.
It's not concrete, man. It can't take you out.
Fucking die. If you eat shit, I want you to fucking die.
I always thought that was like a weird rule, but it's weird how many people followed it too.
Yeah.
Like there's been clips where I've been in the grass and I'm like, no, I can't keep it.
Honestly,
like, There's one in Michigan.
The rodeo peanut in its prime would have won the international player haters ball, and I think we need a new player hater. There's a couple out there wannabe haters right now, and it's just not cutting it.
It's not the same. Yeah, like the fake Steez one.
Yeah, this fake Steez police was pretty fun when it first came out, but it's just like how long can you keep this charade going?
Right. They tried getting me, and I'm like,
suck my ass.
What, motherfucker? They're like, what? I'm not doing
it was
this
fun, and it made me realize like how many people actually do kind of have fake forced steez. The forced steez police is pretty wild.
Dude, it's for me, it's the lean back on the seat after you land a trick.
Yeah.
If you go like super far on you only should be doing that if the trick
requires you to be that way, right?
If your body is still rotating.
Dude, but you've seen clips. It's fools landing where it should be they're on the other side, but they land and then they force steez the opposite side. It's just like
in the wrists.
Yeah. The wrist
thing is
that's your boys. That's Primo Stranger, dude. You guys fucking came around the world and made limp wrist riding a cool thing. You know what's his name? The homie in the Japanese Yuki?
Wow, I really forgetting his name right now.
It's not bad that we need to remember his name, but what the Yuki? Yuka?
Bro,
Suki?
I'm drawing a blank right now. I'm sorry.
Yumingro.
Yumi.
It's the K was fucking it up. Yeah, Yumingro.
Yumi. Good old
Yeah.
Yumi. That dude's
He's the one responsible for this limp wristed activity, and it's a
and his
beautiful thing.
riding. That dude's fucking hilarious.
He's amazing.
Love that guy.
I've been a fan of him. It's just little shit. It's interesting because it's like it's technically difficult. Pull up bar to fucking ground peg chink to just carve, but it's just like it looks like it feels great and it seems relatable. I think like Yumi might be responsible for a whole bunch of kids being like, I could do that.
Dude,
And then-
Yumi started this wave of the seat being fucking
way too high.
Too high. And then doing all this like peg stuff and like one thing that I like that he does is on a wall. He'll do a back tire jam on a wall.
Yeah. Yep.
And then he rotates the front to grab the front peg. He'll smack the front peg back on. I'm like,
weird.
How do you do that?
Cool. Yeah.
We sat there one day trying it before and it just didn't work. I'm like, how the fuck?
When he does it, it makes it look easy. But if you took your bike and you were like, okay, 180 back tire jam to fucking peg slap,
peg chink on a wall, like
it's weird.
I was like, I can't even do this.
Which is cool. He's the nature. He's the essence of freestyle.
Nah, for real though, he just does whatever. It was interesting sharing a hotel room with him in fucking San Francisco.
How's his English?
It's actually pretty good, and
Nice.
it's cool too because it's like talking to him, like you can tell there's things that he doesn't understand, but you can communicate with him enough to like it's almost like it's so humbling, and it's like it's funny too communicating with him because when he responds, dude, it's fucking hilarious. It's so funny. And he's a split smoking son of a bitch too. Like I love that.
Man.
Wake up in the morning and he's just slumped. Wake him up like, hey, we're gonna go riding. He didn't care. Get the split. Like it's such a cool ass dude to be around.
I like that.
Yeah, Yumi's cool. I haven't seen him in a while.
All right, Connor Keating, what are you most proud of in your BMX career?
Damn, most proud of? Really, I'd say like the friendships that I made. I feel like that's like my biggest thing that I'm proud of is like just all the people that I can now call like actual like brothers, not just friends, but like brothers that like that's like obviously being sponsored and doing all that and like living my dream, like what I saw, like that made me so proud. But like meeting all these people that made my life what it was, that's like the most proud I've ever been. It's like,
fuck yeah.
Without those people, dude, it wouldn't be what it was. For real.
That's
like,
a pretty gay answer, but it's Pride Month. So.
Because like everything else is just like, I mean, it was just like a small step of like moving forward. I don't know. I feel like maybe
I think you're right.
Stuff,
I can shit on all I want, but like it is relationships. It's the people that you meet along your journey, no matter what industry. Like that's what is the most meaningful thing. Because it doesn't matter. Like shit could get hit. I don't know. Whatever. Life can change. Shit can go crazy, but you'll be friends with Brandon or Mikey forever. You know?
Forever, no matter where. If I see them, run into them, always be homies with them.
I've never asked this before. What do you regret the most? If you could regret one thing, what would you change?
Fucking around with women.
The broads will get you.
The damn broads, man. Man, no, I mean, I honestly, I don't say I don't really regret anything. Like, I do, like, here and there, like, obviously deal with the women while I was in my BMX shit. Like, I'd say moving back to North Carolina was the biggest regret.
Yeah.
Because that's where I knew it was going to start going down.
Yeah.
But it was like, I really didn't have I had a choice, but, like, am I going to leave my relationship with this girl just to stay in California while she's moving out? So it was like, I'll move with you, because it was a serious relationship. And then once that kind of dawned off, it was like, it was a regret. It was like, fuck, I did this whole move over the country
for the woman.
Nothing.
And it didn't work out, right?
It didn't work out, yeah. So I feel like
it's interesting because I think it's an advantage to have gone through that now in your future relationships. Like you have more perspective and it's smart. So it's like you don't regret it, but it's like might have tweaked that if I really had to play my life again, I might.
Oh yeah, I would have tweaked it.
The fact that you learned a lesson is huge.
Oh yeah, I would have tweaked my life heavily if I would have known. Just
let me not do that one little thing. I know where that leads. Okay, it would be fun to play your life again, knowing
that would
I'd be a goddamn juggernaut, dude. Start me over at 10 Let's see
right?
what happens. Yeah.
Man, I'd be the top of the top of the top. I would know. All right, I'm going to invent vlogging.
I'm gonna invent vlogging. Shit. What about
fuck.
scariest moment on your bike? What's the thing that you pushed yourself the hardest to pull off?
So
Trick wise.
I'll say scariest. So scariest moment, I got two I want to tell you. So scariest moment for trick wise would have to be in the Michigan video, gap to crank arm was
the banger, right?
absolutely terrifying. I think it was a clip or two before my banger. So I think I did like a feeble easy 3, and then no, that is the banger. Yeah, that is the banger.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I do a long one before and then the banger. That took me 2 hours just to send it. Just to bunny hop onto the rail took me 2 hours. Sitting there in the dark with Corey Rogowski. Corey already did his trick.
2 hours is crazy.
2 hours of just sitting there rolling up.
Where are you in this video?
Rolling up. It's like 11-minute mark. I think 11 or 12-minute mark.
Okay, thank you.
But yeah, I just was so fucking terrified, especially because it was at night too. We were doing it at night. It was a night clip. We had the generator going, and generators make noise. I'm not really good with noise. Damn, that clip too. Shout out to fucking LaShawn Kobza, bro.
Kobza. It's Kobza.
Kobza. I always butcher his last name.
LaShawn Kobza.
Hey, he's called me out in person too. He's like, "You see my name last name?
How you gonna say my name wrong, motherfucker?"
He gave me the shoes off of his feet at a skate park when he came with Sabrosa. Him, Caleb Quambeck, two other dudes. They showed up. He gave me the shoes off his feet.
Damn,
like,
that's a nice move. That's great,
dude. Yeah, because my shoes are destroyed too. And he's like, "Hey,
I saw the clip of you guys going 50 miles an hour, which is fucking insane, dude. That would be the scariest moment for me.
That was terrifying.
Yeah,
I had a fucking gnarly ass wobble in my front wheel too, so that's why I got up and like put my tire in my back or my foot in my back tire. I was like, "Holy fuck!" Holy fuck! That's my local high school right there.
So let's go to your banger. I mean, everybody, I don't know if you're listening and you haven't watched the Michigan video, it's one hell of a DVD and you should watch it.
Definitely go watch it. It's old as hell.
But while I was watching it earlier, I was like, oh, that clip is fire. Your crank arm to fakie.
Dude, crank arm to fakie? Yeah, you see, count all the colors.
Like the bike, right?
Blue, pink, brown.
Off-white.
Yeah, so many of them.
Buzz cut off-white, tie-dye shirt, Smith Boz.
But yeah, I'd say the gap crank was definitely the scariest. And it was funny because like the second I sent it too, I blew out, like I was landing a little too far back and I just kind of looped out, but I blew my tire up and we didn't have no tools.
That's it right there, right?
Yeah. No tools, nothing. As you see the ground, the run out, it's like pretty sketchy. Yeah. So I fell on that. Like my whole right palm was just chewed up. We had to run. So imagine my adrenaline after I first sent it. Got on it, ate shit. All right, cool. My bike's fucked. We don't have a 17 mil. We don't have a tube. We had to go to Walmart, which was like 20 minutes away, pick up the tube, pick up the 17, fix my bike, and then I had to basically build myself back up to do it. And I think it was second try because I was like, fuck, I don't want to do this anymore.
I better nail it.
But like the second like where I was hella scared was actually after I crashed. Downtown LA, we were actually at Hollywood High for one of the O.S.S jams. Everyone was kind of like, drinking little 99s, you get a little buzz. I had a little buzz going because I did a trick. My boy Jibby was like, "Hey, I'll give you this 99 if you land the trick." Cool, landed it, gave you the 99. I shot it. So I'm feeling it, whatever. We go to the Hollywood High stairs or the rail. And I've already done a double peg crank arm down it. I actually put it on Instagram. People flamed me for that one too. Yeah, good. So I was like, fuck it, I'll do that again. It's easy trick. I can do it. I tried it like 3 times and it didn't work. So I was like, I'll try it one more time. And I said it out loud one more time.
Oh,
everyone knows there's like a superstition when he's saying one more time and one more try. And I went down. I remember jumping on the double peg and I turned to do the crank arm. Black. Waking up on the ground with Alfredo looking at me, I'm like, what the fuck? So I get up, everything's fine. but I noticed like I'm in pain and I'm burping a lot. Like, what the fuck? Go to the shop. I'm sitting at O.S.S shop and I'm sitting in a chair. And Chris Long comes, looks over at me. He goes, "You're all right, bro. You're like really white right now." I'm like, "Really?" So I stood up, went to go to the bathroom, and I almost passed out. Rich took me to the hospital. I'm in the hospital bed. He goes, I think the way he's like acting and like his symptoms, he might have a ruptured spleen. And the doctor's like, no, I don't think so. He'd be in a lot much more pain. And I'm just thinking like, you don't know what we do though, so I'm used to pain.
It's possible.
So it's possible. So he comes over, does this ultrasound. I'm like in the middle of the hallway, like shirt up, getting this ultrasound done. And his eyes, when I knew because I'm looking at him, he was like,
"Oh shit."
"Yeah, bro." So like they wheeled me in, they're cutting my clothes off. This was like the scariest like moment like I've had from BMX. So when I fell, my elbow went into my spleen and just exploded like a water balloon. So the whole time after I fell, I'm riding around still downtown. And like, there's a clip, you've probably seen it of Nate Richter doing like a 32 kink. That I was literally riding around. So internally just bleeding out, hanging out.
Oh my god.
Nate.
Yeah, I'm good, bro. It's fine. Fucking
You
your spleen.
get that money. Yeah, because him and Reed were battling for it. And I remember the whole time just sitting there burping. Like, why? Like, what the fuck? I know I hit hard, but damn. So yeah,
That's wild.
It was insane. The doctor told me, she goes, if you were outside of the hospital for another 15 minutes, you would have dropped and you would have died on the spot. I'm like, damn. That was a hard one to swallow.
Holy shit. Chris Long saved your life.
Yeah. And like once like it was crazy. She was like, I give Rich fucking, because Rich is the one who took me to the hospital and told the fucking doctor everything. Like if Rich wasn't there too, I'd never know, because I didn't know about the spleen. I'm just like, I'm fucked up. Take a look.
Yeah.
But he was the one that was like, yo, he might have a ruptured spleen. And they went straight to that. So very well could have.
Damn, okay, Rich. Yep.
Yeah, Rich is G. I love that guy. Shout out to Rich. Shout out to you, Rich.
Rich is a G. He was very nice to me when I was out there. I like Rich, but he won't do the podcast anymore. He was down a year ago. I asked him on Instagram and I said, "Hey, will you do the podcast?" He said, "Sure." And then we didn't schedule it. And then I just hit him up recently and he was like, "I think I'm out of the public side." I'm like, "God damn it."
I feel that because he did move. I think he moved to like Northern California too with him and Janessa. They went and moved to Northern California and just kind of doing their own thing.
Yeah, good.
But yeah, I'll always have my utmost respect for that guy too. He at one point he was like one of my best friends. Like every day I was with Rich, going to Tip, going fucking street riding, just like anywhere.
He's doing it.
Yeah. I mean, he's bought so many of my meals, like taking me out, buying my drinks. Like, good dude. Yeah. Good fucking dude.
I'm trying to think of other questions before Mount Rushmore because we're gonna wrap it up with your Mount Rushmore. But I don't know if you were the coach of the real estate BMX industry, what would you tell the companies to do to fix it? Shit's tight right now. Why is it so tight? And what would you do to fix it?
Man, pay your riders more. But as a smaller industry, can you do that?
It's a tough one. Yeah.
But that's like the biggest thing with me is I feel like we were never paid enough. Like, I feel like BMX industry is so underpaid for what the fuck we do. Like, if you see some of the crashes and just the shit that people have gone through, like the one I saw, Denim did he tried to do a gap kinker and he fucking fractured his neck in a different country.
He broke his neck.
Like, I'm sure BSD fucking helped and all that shit, but I feel like just like pay wise and just like, so you see Red Bull athletes, they get insurance, they get sports medicine care. I think that should be with every single company. Just like if you start working, like I'm working at Ford, I've got health insurance, I got dental insurance, I got all that. I think BMX should have that too. Just like NFL, MLB, all those. They have the sports medicine to back it. What do we? We ain't got shit.
I agree.
Damn thing.
I used to think the same thing. I'm like, they should just do it. But once I got older and learned, like even the owner of a bike company is maybe taking home like $80,000 a year. It's like, where's the money that you can put to fucking that shit? So I think, I don't know. I'd be shocked if like a BMX, a core BMX brand started making that good money and then didn't do that for their riders, then fuck you. But
Right.
I just
Yeah,
don't
that's
think
what I
it's
was saying
been
too.
that
Like
odd.
with such a small industry, it's like
Yeah,
how would you even be able to do that?
wild. Yeah,
It's like that's why I wasn't too upset about the 700 a month.
yeah.
I wasn't really
700 a month
upset
is
at
about
all.
as good as you'll
It's like
get. Like when I
to
talk to
come up.
people, I'm like, yeah, pro riders, like that's it. There's an exception. There's like 10 riders that get more than that, but aside from that, that's it, dude. It's
That's
wild.
it. Like everyone's thinking when you get sponsored, you're getting rich. Like no,
Yeah.
you gotta have the only way you're really getting fucking some good money is if you get that energy drink sponsor or like you have an agent, which you can go do commercials and stuff. Which
Yeah.
I almost got into too because Brandon went and he had a fucking Chanel commercial that he
Sick.
did. So it's
Yeah.
like it's stuff like that too. That's where you can really get in is when you have an agent, you do other BMX stuff. But you'll also get the OG BMX guys that'll flame your ass for doing that.
Yeah.
Like, you're in a fucking commercial.
Yeah, fuck them. You're symmetrical. You got a symmetrical face, Connor. You could do it. You know what I'm saying?
And like people hate on like Nigel Sylvester and stuff. It's like
No,
he was
I
like
used to too,
he was
but
like
no.
OG, but it's
Yeah.
like why?
And
This
that's the
dude's
thing, like
doing-
BMX riders who make money, it's coming from outside of BMX. So more power to anybody who's bringing BMX or non-BMX money into BMX. Is fucking
Facts.
sick.
And like same with Austin Augie.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
dude. That guy, he had fucking like Timberland, like Abercrombie, like stuff like that. That is paid
Wild.
like one Abercrombie photo shoot. I guarantee you paid more than a year's salary of a
2
BMX
years,
pro.
3 years, yeah.
2 years, 3
Big
years,
time.
yeah, guaranteed. So it's like
It's pretty
that's what
sick.
sucks is just the BMX industry is so small. There's not much to go around. And I wish there was more to go around because I feel like every rider that is like a pro level that has gotten broken off and really put their body to the test should definitely get more.
Sean Burns should have a fucking mansion.
That guy should be fucking retired in a mansion right now. Fucking Sean Burns. Oh, all
right. Connor Keating, who's your Mount Rushmore of BMX?
I've got two. Can I do a Michigan Mount Rushmore?
Sure.
Overall?
Fuck yeah.
All right. So my Michigan Mount Rushmore, Corey Rogowski, Nick Bowen. This is not in any order. And how many are there on Mount Rushmore? Is there 5 or 4? 4. I'm gonna get flamed for asking that too. So Nick, Corey, Tyler, Mikey. That's Michigan. Those are my dudes. Those will always be like my brothers and like the people that I will always look up to in the BMX like world, Michigan wise too. Now, overall, number one in Mount Rushmore, obviously his face carved out like with the most detail is Garrett Reynolds because he's the king of BMX. I don't care what anyone says. Yeah, it's fucking everyone will say Garrett, but Garrett's Garrett. I'd say Garrett, Lewis Mills, Colin Varaniak, a very favorite of mine, Brett Silva.
Fuck yeah, Brett Silva.
Who is a hog.
Yeah.
And Alex Donachie.
Well, that's 5, but we'll take it. Alex Donachie can have his own little carving out to the side.
Yeah, he's on the side.
Yeah.
But yeah, Brett Silva, he's always been one of my favorites too. And every time I went to Austin too, he was like good hospitality hanging out with him. Fucking
good human.
Good human. And he just has, to me, you know how there's like those people when they're riding, they're just like fucking hog.
In
like,
control, dude.
They're in control of that bitch. It's like he makes that bike look like it weighs a pound.
Yeah,
for real. Whipping that thing around, especially when he tables, like, hello.
Like, really good tables, dude. Like the Rincon, the X Games Real BMX, he did the 360 table over the Rincon spot, and it's just like,
I wish he would have landed that.
It's fucking beautiful, mate.
Or no, he did do that. I wish
he did do that. He fucked up the 5, yeah.
5. That was fucked.
But if you go to my Kanode Knows episode with the Austin boys, Brett Silva, Trent Letsky, Grant Uby, and Lex, you can hear us discuss this situation where we talk about Rincon.
I watched that too. I was watching that. Yeah.
So
shout out Trent too.
Yeah. Trent's the man. Well. I want to just keep telling to Trent, like, hey, you're the man now. What are you gonna do? Like, because we spend so much time trying to become the man, and then like you don't really realize you're the man until it's after the fact. You're like, oh, I was the man. Like, you know what I mean? So I want to tell Trent, like, hey, you're him right now.
You are him, brother. You are him. And I love that he like, I wouldn't say maybe he brought Grant with him, but it's cool that like him and Grant were like that two pair and like the mission dude. They're like this. They stay together. They film together. And
Cool
it's
to
like
see.
they both grew together, which was the coolest fucking thing
It
ever.
makes me think about, because like you, me, we had an influence on Trent and Grant, and so like who are Trent and Grant going to have an influence on that we're going to see the next wave? You know, like
Right?
Casey Starling, watching Casey come to fruition to where it's like another one where it's like, hey, you're fucking him now. You know, like what are you going to do? It's fucking cool to see. Like
Yeah.
who's next, baby?
Dude, hell yeah. Because I remember I gave the frame to Grant. He came to my Halloween jam. This was like, I think it was before he sponsored, and he killed it all day. So I like hooked him up with a frame, like, here, you won, you know, whatever. And now to see him on BSD is like the fucking coolest thing ever.
So sick, yeah.
I want to see all my friends succeed and like obviously follow their dreams and shit. So like seeing a younger kid like him and Trent like earlier in the days, and then seeing them now, it's just like, dude, like
So
you guys
good.
are fucking living it, dude.
Yeah.
Living it up. That's BMX right there, too.
Dude, BSD's team is fucking fire. Like
That's dream. That's
as
always
far
been a
back
dream.
as I can remember, BSD has just been nothing but hog daddies. Like then you have that certain mindset of like, is it banger time? Okay, let's go. Like you have that switch to be like, I'll do this crazy, insane, death defying thing. Like there's nobody on BSD where it's like they pussyfoot around. It's
Right.
literally all.
It's always been like that too.
Yeah.
It's always
Diesel.
been savage. Yeah. BSD has always been one of my favorite like dream companies to ride. I almost hit Denim up. Was like, hey Denim, you got an extra frame? You want to?
Hey, what's up, man? Can I get a frame? Can I get a cigarette? You got $1?
See, I told you I would forget. Denim Cox needs to be on that Mount Rushmore.
Yep, I agree.
And also, when we were talking about eyes for spots, that motherfucker's got an eye for spots.
Big time. For like banger spots too.
Yes, banger spots, and just dude, him as a human being, oh man, I had some good times with Denim. That motherfucker, man.
Dude, I can't believe it's been 3 hours, but that's it.
Yeah, that's a long 3 hours.
That's good.
It was good. It was a good.
I'll take a picture and we'll call it a wrap. Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Yeah, dude.
Actually, last thing before we end, Connor, thank you for coming on the podcast. What has been your favorite part of this episode?
Just chopping it up with you, dude. It's been how long that we've like kind of known about each other and like about the AC guys and stuff. Yeah. We've never really like chopped it up.
I've literally never talked to you.
Like cool Instagram, like, hey dude, like this video was sick or something like that.
Yeah.
Like honestly, being able to chop it up with you finally, it was like that was my favorite part. Low key.
Let's go. I love it. Well,
good times, man.
Back at you, brother. Okay. Later, nerds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's the end of the podcast for this week. I'll see you next week. I hope you fucking idiots have a good goddamn week. Do something. I'm gonna do Dry July. I just talked to Clay Johnson about that, so let's do Dry July. Gang. See you.